Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you, bringing you another episode of the Real Fantasy Playmakers. This one's a special one because we're kicking off March Madness and we're doing it gangster flick style. Oh, yeah. Before we get into anything, let's bring out the whole crew, though. Starting off with the Neon Peacock himself in the building.
What is up, everybody? Feeling groovy tonight. I hope everybody out there is feeling groovy as well. Pleasure to be here with all my homies.
Oh, yeah. And repping a whole nation of gurus. Spencer the Guru in the building.
Oh, yeah. What's up? What's up? Guru Nation in the building. How y'all doing tonight? We lit tonight. Got the Tito's going. It's flowing. And this show's going to be rocking. I know it. So let's get it.
Hell yeah. All right. And he's back in the building regular on the Wednesday shows now. Oh, yeah. Repping hard to start. JD Guccini up in the building.
What it do? What's good, yeah, everybody? I just got one thing to say. Y'all motherfuckers want some cheeseburgers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, y'all better vote for that too, bruh. You don't know what I'm talking about, then you know it is what it is, man.
Yeah. And yeah, Blitz with Blake is back in the building for all these March Madness when I think he's going to be here for this next little mini series. So Blitz with Blake, show some love.
BWB.
What's going on, fellas? Good to be back. Good to be back.
Oh, yeah. Great having you
yeah.
back, BW. Missed you, man.
Been a while.
And now
But
we
we're
got
back. Don't worry.
we got the
Oh, yeah.
man.
We back. We back and better than ever. Like Bogey says, it only gets better.
Oh,
It only
yeah.
gets better.
And we saved the best for last. Bogey 316 is in the building.
Yeah. I said I'm in the building.
What?
I said I'm not outside.
What?
I said I'm in the building.
What?
In the structure.
What?
In the confines.
What?
I said it's Bogey.
Bogey?
Skinny Lou.
What?
I said I popped the one cap.
What?
2 caps.
What?
3 caps.
What?
17 caps.
Oh shit!
Went like
Somebody call 911.
Yeah, my girl would never sign my permission slip on 17 caps. That is. That sounded wrong. I wanted to make sure. I'm talking about 17 caps, not something else. Anyways, the Real Fantasy Playmakers. How y'all doing, fellas?
Oh, doing great. Doing great. Just need the Mavericks to cover, and I'll be doing really great. Oh, fucking Kevin Durant. Fuck, man.
I'm feeling like a
I didn't put
pineapple
that much
with a
money
cherry on
it.
top. That's how I feel right now.
100%.
Hey, that's like that extra much. I like that. He said the pineapple and the cherry, man. Hey, listen.
Pineapple on cherry.
Hell yeah.
Well, check
That's
this out.
Hey, that's that holiday upside down pineapple cake.
It's what is it? It's layer cake or some shit. I don't know. Upside down, yeah.
Oh, my
That's what it's
God.
called.
Bro, anytime they layer some shit, bro, they ain't playing, bro. And you know what I mean?
Oh no.
That's what we do here on the Real Fantasy Playmakers. We layer it up with a bunch of motherfuckers that's really got the isms. Welcome back, my man BWB. He's one of the architects, I should say, of the March Madness Bracketology concept where we're doing this shit, and it had nothing to do with March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Tonight,
We are doing the March Madness Sweet 16 best gangster movies of all time. Hey, how do you want to do this? Huh? Should we sound off? You want to sound off the movies that we got? Because we had, and hold on, actually, shout out to everybody that voted on these joints out there in the Facebook group. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And I'm gonna shoot it back to the point, man.
Yeah, so let me just go down the list here, and you'll see the matchups on the screen. But if you're just listening, we got Goodfellas coming in at the number 1 seed.
What?
Casino at the number 2 seed. Godfather at the number 3. Pulp Fiction at 4.
What? Everybody.
Godfather Part 2 at 5.
What?
Reservoir Dogs at 6.
What?
Training Day at 7.
What?
Scarface at 8.
What?
Gangs in New York at 9.
What?
American Gangster at 10.
What?
Menace
Pretty
to
recent.
Society at 11.
What?
Departed at 12.
What?
King of New York at 13.
What?
What?
Bronx Tale at 14.
What?
Boys in the Hood at 15.
What? Wait a minute. What the fuck?
And Blood In, Blood Out.
Hey,
Number
my throat.
16 seed.
What?
Los Vatos.
And maybe
Oh,
we
I
should-
got Bronx Tale confused with a different movie. Never mind.
Oh, I got
Maybe
it.
we
So
should-
boy
John
when we
Leguizamo,
talk about
right?
Blind
Yeah,
Spot.
no, yeah. I was thinking of a different movie. Never mind.
We could pick any matchup, and maybe we should talk about the movie that we don't think is going to move on first, especially if we're all in agreements on which we think is going to move on. So we could talk about all of them, because all 16 classic gangster flicks.
Wait, we're doing it true bracketology, right? Where it's 1 versus 16, 2 versus 15, so forth, right?
Yep,
Correct.
we got the whole. It's all on the screen right here. So it's
Yeah.
Goodfellas.
Okay,
versus
no,
Blood In,
I
Blood Out.
just needed someone to explain to me what's in front of me because I am Luigi. I'm like, I was literally asking, like, because I didn't know. I was like, well, so this is how it works, right?
Skinny Lou.
Why don't we
Skinny
let
Lou in the building.
Hey, you know what you need, bro? You need the soundboard. So every time you say Luigi, we need him when he hits the mushroom and he goes.
Right.
You gotta
Hey, I
get
need
the
that.
soundboard.
Yeah,
I need that.
power up.
No.
Got the mushroom.
Oh,
yeah,
y'all
what
remember
up,
real quick?
Josh?
Y'all remember
God's in the
Ultra
building.
Beast?
Oh yes, I have that joint on my laptop.
Because he
Like,
just said,
I rock with
power up, bruh.
Yeah, I rock with the emulator shit. Y'all know that, right? So
You know
anyway,
what I'm talking about, right? When they first
yeah,
of
dude,
all, walk
they
around
go
naked
from
first.
Yeah,
they go from man to beast, bruh.
Yes.
They power the fuck up.
fuck yeah.
It's arcade style. They used to have that joint at the movie arcade when I was a young gun, and that shit was dope. Yeah, the cinema, exactly.
Yeah.
My dad
Okay, let's
was
get
like
back
one of
to
those
it.
guys.
Hold on. Because I did that. I almost derailed us all the way. I'm gonna bring us back real fast. Look,
Altered beasts.
Skinny Lou.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead. Let's take a point.
Why don't we let Blitz with Blake pick the first matchup? Doesn't really matter what matchup. We're gonna get through them all.
If I were to pick the first one, I really want to hear the first matchup on the screen, Goodfellas versus Blood In, Blood Out, just based on our conversation previous.
This one is so tough, and I think
It
just
was like it was a late addition to Blood In, Blood Out, but to pit it against Goodfellas straight up off the bat is like, whoa, ho, ho.
and you know what? And just to take the other side, I'm gonna take Blood In, Blood Out, just because of how both of these are classics, and I think Goodfellas is gonna win. So I'm gonna show some love for the underdog here. We talked about it before the show. Just 3 hours of just movie madness. It's just epic from start to finish. There's so many lines that we could talk about here. One of my favorites is "Life's a Risk," Arnaud.
Yes. I mean, that's awesome, and I'm glad that you started off that way because I brought up the movie and I had put it on the graphic when it was kind of going up there. I was on the list, and this is a movie that's been around like my culture and lifestyle. Like it's just like everybody references it all the time. The lines are every other day you'll have it, or it's like an inside joke, or like somebody will quote the movie here or there, and And it was one of those things, like I mentioned it earlier. I was a young kid and I was watching this movie, and I shouldn't be watching this movie.
Hey,
but
Heinous got big ass titties, bro. That's how I learned from that. I was like, 9 years
You got the
old.
Heine, yeah, dude, yeah. You get zoned into stuff like things like that pop in your mind. There's things when I was young that I remember, and I go back and watch this movie now, and it's like, the accents could have been a little bit better here or there, but for the most part, this movie was fucking great, and it still holds up.
It was a whole entire movie that was typecasted before typecasting was like really a thing.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Ernie, he's like one of the background dudes with a shotgun in one of the scenes or whatever. He's Ernie from George Lopez show. That's Valente. That guy graduated from my same high school, bro. So he's like a Hispanic legend who went off into Hollywood and became successful and was in several movies. So
his family's so gangster in that movie. The shotgun is like, hey, that's my mom's.
And yeah, there's like, so I identified obviously with Miklo. That was like my guy because it was like white on the outside, brown on the inside. Because I was a lot lighter skinned. My last name's Peacock. Like, that's just the way it kind of rolled around town. I was the white kid, quote unquote, around town. Even though I wouldn't, that doesn't really stand true, in the masses. I mean, exactly. But but I wasn't Mexican enough or Hispanic enough, like where I went to school. So I kind of identified with Miklo's kind of plight in the movie. And then there's some awesome scenes, because that he doesn't have a leg. And there's like that infamous scene where he's getting chased down, and then they use the leg as a weapon. He gets, beat up and stuff. So there's a lot of things in there. And that movie's deep. It's like you want to talk about movies that like scar you, or like, I'm pretty sure a lot of these do, because some kill scenes or shocking deaths. But like if you haven't seen Blood In, Blood Out.
Oh, that's the one that gets your ass scared straight.
Yeah, it's definitely, you don't want to mess around. You don't want to get incarcerated, after watching this kind of movie. So, but yeah, Blood In, Blood Out gets my vote on this particular one, just because I know that we're going to talk about Goodfellas and stuff later on down the road.
Man. Unfortunately, I felt like Blood In, Blood Out would be able to, like, go the distance here. But man, you're going up against Goodfellas. I gotta give it this Scorsese. Am I saying his name right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, listen, man, the cinematography and it was a very specific time in organized crime history. You know what I mean? And a very specific place too. They were like like the Jersey / they were like the Jersey area. They weren't the New York mob. You know what I mean? But they were part of the New York family. One of the 5, you know what I mean? But still,
this got to be one of Ray Liotta's best films, obviously. It's
the only one I know.
Yeah, he's in Hannibal or one of those. He's in one of those where he gets his brain cut up, and he's getting his.
Yeah, he was the guy that gets his brain cut up. See, in this one, he was the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, great movie, great flick. I agree with that. It's like I said, this is a tough one, but I love Goodfellas. Good shit.
Hey, was James almost the one that he directed Blood In, Blood Out?
No,
that's American Me.
Oh, American Me.
Yeah, he starred in American Me. That one's Gangster too.
The word is on that one though.
Hey,
he got in trouble by the family for making that movie.
Yeah, no, that shit's like, dude, classics.
He
like
went a little too far, they said.
Yeah, we had in the very beginning, right off in the beginning of that movie, it starts off with like the girl gets raped by a bunch of sailors and shit, and it's just like it starts off hardcore, like it scars you to the core.
There's like more than that part. One rape scene is more than enough, and there's a few.
Oh yeah, there's the rape scenes in prison. There's the death scenes in prison.
Yeah, the thing that he didn't get signed off was the juvie hall rape.
Yeah, that's what I meant by when I said the juvenile hall scene. My bad.
And that's the one he didn't want. Yeah, exactly. Because I don't
hear your ass straight, boy.
Hey, listen, that
damn.
That guy's with the shit too. That guy pulls strings, and the motherfuckers. Supposedly motherfuckers have died because of that shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like people involved with the movie. I don't know. Listen, my version's better. It's right. That might not be true.
I didn't even make the list, and we're talking about it. And then Danny Trejo. He was in that movie.
Yeah,
and he was one of the people who had to calm some of that stuff down too.
I met Danny Trejo. I met Danny Trejo at a bathroom at a local club here. It's actually about 10 minutes from my house. But this is
he's hella big, huh?
No, dude, he's fucking short, but he's big, like wide. But yeah, he's short. He's hella short.
Built like a real Aztec.
Yeah, he's like 5'6" or some shit, maybe, or 7. But he was wearing boots. But anyways, like I was in the restroom. We were trying to get pictures, bro. We are trying to get pictures with him. But he was speaking at the local college the next morning.
And actually, he's in Blood In, Blood Out and American Me, right? He's in both.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
You gotta watch. Y'all know about Heat? Heat didn't make the cut.
It didn't make the cut.
No.
Oh, I love Heat, but that's really long too.
Goodness.
That's like a heist, though. It's not really Is it Gangster? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's on some gangster shit.
We got him. It worked. Flappy Chapper said, thought this was a college basketball bracket.
Hold on. Hey, Flappy Chappy, man. What is it? Is it Goodfellas? Right now, it's Goodfellas versus Blood In, Blood Out. You know what I mean? That's what we on. Hey, listen, I'm going Goodfellas, bro.
There we go. 2-1. Vatos locos for life, Vato.
Give me Blood In, Blood Out. I ain't too familiar with. I gotta get
Goodfellas is gonna go down in the first round.
Oh shit!
I'm going with Goodfellas.
Never beats a one.
I'm going with Goodfellas.
Let's make history tonight.
I can't see Goodfellas.
Okay, we got 2 for Goodfellas.
There you go. Hey, but it's coming down to it's like the fourth quarter here in the fucking first round. Like, you know,
yeah,
true,
Ronald, man.
True March Madness.
Ron's been chimed in the entire time, and he's gonna be watching the whole time. So he'll be our extra guy because we got 6 on the panel. So he went Goodfellas.
He's our type. Yes.
3-3.
All right. So feel free to express your feelings.
Blake,
you ain't seen none of these motherfuckers, have you, Blake?
No, I have. I mean, I'm going Goodfellas for sure.
Yes.
That's a good look. I wouldn't blame anybody.
That's a pretty excellent first round battle, though.
It was better than I expected it to be, honestly.
Listen, Blood In, Blood Out is polarizing, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's long and has good scenes, like I said.
We from Cali, and you Mexican, and you have family in Cali too. So
that's
we
all.
identify with this shit.
It's a very Southern California movie too. Like, you know, you can if you're from the area, you can identify with that. So it's a good watch. I mean, granted, it's a little longer. It is Gangster. It's like what the fuck?
It took out 3 other movies that were in a tiebreaker. This movie wasn't even on the list.
There you go. Yeah, I like it.
He said, "I'm young, but my Italian parents watch Goodfellas." Hell yeah, man! If you're young, everyone's parents should watch the Goodfellas if they're young. Big BS said, "Give me that chon chon."
Ah, yes. See, those are running jokes, bro. Like around here, like people be those are just running jokes. They're like, I know what you're referencing, but it called for this certain situation for you to say that. Hilarious, you know? So yeah.
That's how you know that shit is a classic.
It's all about time.
Exactly.
When you were 7 years old, and it resonates until this day, and then you got to think of the older motherfuckers that's older than you that still never die, bro.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
Visit that big tree in LA. Hell yeah, man, that shit's iconic.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of the scenes there too, like when they're in the there's a lot of scenes there. Yeah, it's shot there, so there's just a lot of local landmarks and stuff like that you can see in the film, and you're like, it's things that you might not have paid attention to. You're like seeing what was going on at that time, with the Hispanic culture or whatever the hell. So it's pretty neat.
It does kind of suck that that was the only way for the longest time you got to see Hispanic culture, Mexican culture, things like that.
It was like Cheech Marin and Cheech and Chong, and then that movie, and then that's about it. That's all you had.
You got Coco and shit like that.
The public perception was that that's what y'all all did.
Yeah, dude, I'm always rocking fucking zoot suits and shit when I go out with my wife or whatever. Come on.
Hey, zoot suit is hard, man.
I know, but that's it's sort of just saying that's the perception or whatever the fuck. So it's or me from Texas, I have to own cowboy boots and a hat, right? But I don't.
Hey,
my wife does.
Have the championship belt size belt buckle, bro. I swear to God.
I look, as a kid, I had all that shit, but not no more.
Ronald said Rocky was the movie I saw my culture. Hell yeah, man.
Rocky's everybody's culture, bro. Rocky's everybody's culture.
Even real, and that motherfucker has a statue, bro.
Exactly, he's an icon. So, because Sylvester Stallone had $100 and he couldn't feed his dog. We all know the story by now.
There's definitely the multiverse is infinite. He's real in one of them.
And now look at Stallone. He's voicing King Shark in Suicide Squad. Look at how far he's come.
Stallone had so many concussions. I feel like he's back, and I don't know if it's Rocky 3 or Rocky 2, but we know he's got his bell rung a couple times to where he's in the past. And every time, I always gotta shout it out. So if you remember Rocky 3, like the Apollo Creed, like type of gym, that's based on my grandpa's gym that he had in Compton way back in the day, and he actually taught Sylvester Stallone how to box for Rocky 1.
Oh shit, badass!
Listen, that means I know
fucking badass. Fucking badass.
Separation is like 4 degrees right here. Like I know.
Not even. It's like 2 to 3 degrees separation. That's awesome. My uncle trained Rocky, bro.
And the uncle, boom. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's only 3, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
We should put Rocky in this, man. We should call Audible and put Rocky in this shit.
Rocky's pretty gangster, but he's not like out there like killing people left and right. So
okay, let's go to the next match.
Rambo is though. Rambo and Rocky.
Hey, Rambo, I saw Rambo tear someone's jugular out with his bare hand.
Slashes Adam's apple
with the knife on the end, boy.
When they came back with Rocky, what was it with Rambo? What was it? They just came back with it was just called Rambo. Remember that? It was like 2000, whatever the fuck. And
like last year.
All I remember was him tearing the dude's jugular out with his bare hands.
He still had his bow and shit. He was rocking it out there in the jungle. He was just wearing a t-shirt this time.
Bruh, the mosquitoes and everything in Vietnam, they don't even bother him, bro.
He's like all lubed up, real shiny and shit. Like they can't even land on him.
They ain't fucking with him, bro.
Speaking about Vietnam, what about American Gangster? That's a good segue.
There you go
into that matchup.
Look at that. The universe.
That's that blue magic.
That's the blue magic.
Come on, man.
He was like, man, he goes out to Frank
Lucas
Lucas
on the Ave. That's 100%.
Training Day versus American Gangster. I don't even know which one I want to vote on, but
that's a tie, dog. That motherfucker going into 2.
Look at how this worked out. There can only be one Denzel movie.
Yeah, that makes sense though. All right, you want my straight?
I'm gonna go Training Day on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself the Training Day nod.
Frank Lucas still snitched on the motherfuckers, bro.
I think Ethan Hawke also like helping out there as the other guy, and then like the Eva Mendes shit, and like just the dynamic there, and like it's good stuff. So I'm on Training Day side. I like both movies, obviously.
Yeah, I'm going Training Day.
Yeah, I got to go American Gangster, bro. Just based on, even though he ratted, that boy was the king. He was the king of where he was from.
He owned
Harlem.
Or he was from the Bronx, but that motherfucker was the king, bro.
Hey, look at this. He modeled his shit after the Italians, and because he was running. Remember in the beginning, he's pushing around Bubby Johnson because that's where he started. And Bubby Johnson, he got his game. He got his game from the Italians. He was the one black dude that he was the hitter for the mob.
Yeah, but wasn't he getting it? Hey, but wasn't the dope coming from Vietnam? No.
Yeah, that was
asking for some old shit from the war.
It was his brother-in-law that was over there serving. He goes over there.
No, that's a move from the bottom. Now we here.
Yeah, now he had it work. He goes over everybody.
He goes over to Vietnam. He goes over to Vietnam, starts calling shots because
see how they getting down with this shit. Oh my mama, I've seen it firsthand.
His brother-in-law was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get it for this, and it's gonna be this price, but it's not gonna be pure." And he's like, "Nah, fuck all that." Like, he was like, "Nah, we're going to the source." He's like, "You want to go into the jungle?" He's like, "I'm already here. Hell yeah, let's go into the jungle." And I'm going for American Gangster. Like, man, fuck Lonzo's bitch ass. Like,
this how you motherfuckers want to do me?
Oh shit!
Was crying like a motherfucker. Them Russians put 1,000 shots into that motherfucking Regal.
Yep.
Oh my mama, tore his
King
ass
Kong
up.
ain't got shit on me.
100%. Lit his bitch ass up.
I was over here with headphones on, like if my wife was still here, and I looked outside, her car's gone, so apparently she left my ass. I'm to just Time to just
Hey, you gotta let the peacock fly, bro.
Hell yeah.
Time to take it to the office, buddy.
Fire that shit up, what?
Fire it up, man.
Peacock getting lit
The kids
tonight.
are at mommy, at grandma peacocks, man.
Like you said, Peacock's gonna be one of those garage nights.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, bro. Listen, bro.
Okay, Ron got his vote in. He said I would go American Gangster because it's more of a gangster movie. Both are great, though.
It has gangster in the title, so I guess I could side with that. I see the reasoning there.
Okay,
Hey, but
it's down to Blake and Spencer.
Training Day based off the a cop in LA too, though.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what?
It's hard, bro.
It's pretty much like a remake of Colors.
It's Crooked,
right?
Dope movie.
So
Crooked Cop
Alonzo character.
Hey, Sean Penn was in Colors too.
Yeah, Sean Penn was in. Yeah, Sean Penn was in
Sean Penn
Colors.
was in Colors. Yeah.
Oh, so he was already in the mix, right?
Yeah, it was Robert Duvall who was playing Denzel Washington's character, and then Sean Penn was playing Ethan Hawke's character.
Hey, look at this though. Hey, supposedly, as legend has it, that character was based on a Filipino cat. He was a mestizo cat. He was like Filipino. He was mixed with the Alonzo character though, supposedly that the character that Denzel played.
Yeah, I seen a little documentary on that cop on YouTube.
So is this real?
Huh?
So Alonzo,
he was a Filipino cat. Yeah, because someone told me that. Like they're like, yo, you know that movie was based on like a Filipino cat. Like, no way.
That motherfucker.
My cousin, bro. Okay, we need BW and then Spencer, and we got Ronald's vote already.
3-2 Training Day.
So yeah, wait, did we? Because I voted for American Gangster too. Didn't JD did, and then Ronald did also.
Yep. Oh, so that wins.
Oh, it's 3-3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So who is it? Is Spencer the only one who didn't go?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't go. I'm definitely going Training Day.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm good with Training Day.
Alonzo.
I mean,
Alonzo was a dirty vato. He was so dirty, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like that shit from like seeing Denzel being like.
He agreed before the badge. That was
that boy name is Rafael Perez.
Yeah.
That's the name of the cop that Denzel plays, and his name is Rafael Perez.
Yeah, who's loosely based on? Yeah.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, dude. Like I see a man. He's like licking
his ties at death row too. That's what they say.
Killing
Yo, he was fucking with the Bloods.
Where the D-bag, like
he got ties at death row, bruh.
I like to gangster, not like 1920s gangster.
Hey, you know, Snoop is the only one tied to death row that didn't suffer the death row curse for real.
And now he owns that shit.
Snoop
and Dr. Dre, I should say.
Snoop is like a Crip that could bring
all the
blood.
Crips. There you go. There it is. All the Crips and Dre, they got out of there. And
but I'm just saying, like, he could all the blood there and be like, let's just smoke and be cool, man.
I actually posted Snoop that joint because I love that joint. That I don't want anybody.
Yeah,
is that badass? Yeah, that shit
Snoop,
go crazy.
Snoop touches is usually pretty good. Doing it.
Okay, so Training Day's moving on. Somebody pick another matchup. I like it. We got a nice flow going here.
Let's go Godfather Bronx Tale, bro.
I saw Snoop in concert like during the
Godfather
pandemic.
Part 1?
Yeah.
This is a good one too.
And so Godfather Part 1 and Godfather Part 2 is basically the same motherfucking movie.
Yeah.
Part 2 rewinds to how Vito, got his start. But quick story time. So in Bronx Tale, you know how they in there shooting dice in the back in the room, and the motherfucker tell him to go watch the game from the bathroom because he's a jinx.
Yeah.
So when the boy MJD, whenever he goes on his training camp preview in our league, we got a saying: don't pick no players for where he go do the training camp preview because them players get hurt. So we call him a jinx. Yeah. He don't like that shit, bro. Oh my!
The actual MJD. For those of y'all don't know, the actual
I like that.
What he's talking about.
On everything, but I got to go with Godfather just based on You know, you only got 2 movies. Well, I think it's 3 movies where you got De Niro,
Get together trilogy.
Pacino in the same movie, and then you know what I mean. We talked about a 3-hour cinematic classic. I mean, Godfather from beginning to the end is where it's at, bro.
That shit smacks, boy. Got the old cheek rub.
We could probably move. I was gonna say like, I'll vote Godfather. Yeah, give me Godfather.
Unanimous. I think we're unanimous.
Yeah, I'm going with Godfather.
Hey, Bronx Tale is dope.
I know one of Bronx Tale though. Is that when he drives in the Cadillac reverse in the red joint in the drive?
Yeah, because
and he tell Colangelo, he telling him about the little bride that's in Belly.
Yeah,
that's a little bride in Belly. That's Keisha.
It is the same bitch in
that's
Belly,
Keisha,
right?
Bro.
And then the classic line where he's talking about Mickey Mantle and the Little C. He's all sad about Mickey Mantle. He struck out and they made him cry and all that. And he was like, Mickey Mantle, that's what you're upset about? He's like, Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. How much your father make? He said, if your dad needs money, go ask Mickey Mantle. See what happens. Mick don't care about you. Why care about him? Nobody cares.
If she unlocks your door, if she unlocks your door when you get in, she's a keeper. That's Bronx Tale.
Yep.
Oh my mom. If she don't unlock your door, you gotta let her go, bro.
If she don't, let me give you advice. You drive her home, you drop her off or whatever. You walk out the door, and I don't know what the hell, and all this shit, right? And she don't unlock your door. yeah, it's like a famous, little soliloquy or whatever the fucking that line is. But I don't like that actor, bro. So that's why I didn't vote for the movie.
Hey, my guy says
soliloquy. That's a good word.
That's a fucking vocab word.
That's a fucking solid ass word. Hold on, give him a ding.
Hey, man.
Hey, my guy's a soliloquy. I'm a lyricist. I've never been able to use that word. That's a great word because I know.
Hey, man, I was in fucking theater, bro. So like, there's a monologue when you come out on stage and you're just talking about yourself, right? And then there's a fucking soliloquy when you're fucking just kind of like doing it off to like an aside or whatever.
See me, I'm all about the music that's going on in the background because that's the motif. You know what I mean?
Ah, nice.
You didn't know I knew that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like the shit. That's like if you went to college for your craft. I didn't really do that shit. I was just I had a drama class.
I know the guy who knows the guy. All right, let's go to the next one. Somebody fire it out. Guccini, what you feeling?
Oh well, fuck it. Let's do the Menace to Society and Reservoir Dogs.
Ooh, damn, that's another one. Isn't it dope how the universe pinned these joints against each other? We didn't plan this for the record. You know what I mean? All the great people that shout out to all the people that voted these joints. They put these ones together.
I'm gonna kick it off, man. I'm a Tarantino fan, true, bro. And the Reservoir Dogs was a motherfucking Mr. Black, Mr. Brown, the fucking guys getting, not knowing what that shit kind of like set the tone for that. The Joker and the Dark Knight kind of shit. That bank heist in the beginning, that was like the same shit, but they just did it all in like a 5-minute period. So I think that was just brilliantly done. I like all the actors, the ensemble. Even Steve Buscemi was fucking, great in that movie.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Even movie. So I mean, it's fucking good. I like it. I'm gonna give it my vote here. I love Menace to Society as well, but I'm voting for movies.
You're on Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I'm voting for movies that I've seen more than the other ones at this point in this round.
It's okay because listen, we rule the universe, bro. We do what we want. You know
I've seen both movies, but I've seen Reservoir Dogs. Like I don't know.
And Ron said he's gotta go Reservoir Dogs as well. Love the ear cutoff scene.
Hey,
I'm with Reservoir. I'm a big Tarantino fan. I'm going Reservoir.
I ain't mad at you, but look though, so we all fantasy players in this motherfucker, right? And one of the commonest memes there is when Chauncey is sealing up the tape and the old boy DJ Pooh back there like that looked like Kane whooping your ass on TV. So when every one of us is playing with each other and you see that meme come up, I mean you got to give me Menace to Society, dog. I know the movie from beginning to end. And just like how Peacock said Pops or his partner Pops took him to go see that movie, My pops took me to go see that shit in 92, bro, 93, man. I just a little jit my damn self. And I never forget it, dog. That, like I said about Godfather, that top 5 right there, dog.
Hey, you ain't lying, bro. I'm with you, big bro. Menace was a motherfucker. I wasn't supposed to watch that as a wee type. Listen,
yeah.
And all my gangbanging cousins, you know what I'm saying? They was on that shit.
Man.
You know what I mean? Listen. That shit was scary. Listen,
so it doesn't make a difference. Reservoir Dogs already won, but I'm going Menace just because it deserves to get past, you know, the first round. But Reservoir Dogs is just a different beast. But just the first scene alone, that whole scene, going there to buy a beer, which I mean they're not even 18, but they're still buying the beers somehow, and you know, even with double murder,
double murder,
and the stupid, you know what? And he was stunned so hard. See, this is what's crazy is because the ego's a motherfucker, bro. That's why I like to eat a lot of mushrooms because. And I feel like I don't even eat enough because mushrooms are to kill the ego to me because I need to kill the ego because the ego is that's where I get in trouble where I mouth off. That's the real thing, you know what I mean? And here's the thing, bro, is his ego couldn't get him off of just watching the tape, bro. Like you shouldn't even had that. You took it for a reason because you don't want it to be there so you can get away scot-free.
I thought you were just talking about in the beginning.
995.
I thought you were just talking about that. I feel sorry for your mama. You know, like that's where it all started.
No. I'm talking about like he just keep watching. You know what I mean? Like boom. Like,
and then but look though. So when they watch it at the trap and they replay, you see the brains come out in the back. If you really watch that shit though, bro.
Hey, listen, bro.
Boom, my nigga.
The Hughes brothers, man. That was their first movie, right? That they did.
Yeah, they killed that.
So.
They killed that.
Tupac beat one of their asses too, bro.
Yeah, he was supposed to be one. They wanted him to be the Muslim cat.
They wanted him to be Sharif.
My brothers.
Tupac wasn't going for that shit.
He's like, fuck that. I want to be the hardest motherfucker.
You wanted to be O-Dog or nobody at all, huh?
Yeah, for real though.
Man. He should have been Kane because Kane was a player though. That nigga like, hold on, I'm trying to get her number. That act like he want to be me. Oh, I could go on for days with that movie, bro. Like how Peacock said, you know,
I'm mad that one didn't get. I demand a recount. Fuck that.
You ain't near kissing that white porcelain guy. That shit was funnier than a motherfucker. Boy.
How about Sam Jackson still always making a little cameo in these gangster flicks?
Fuck, God.
Yeah. It went, and you know what? That's why Star Wars movies are gangster too, bro. Because he just had to get in there, bro. hey, you know, actually, real quick, side note, you know how he got into the Star Wars movies? He knew a guy who knew a guy, and he would tell that motherfucker every time he saw him. You know what I mean? The guy that he knew that knew the guy that knew George Lucas, right? Yeah, telling that guy every time, tell him I want to be in Star Wars. Tell him I want a purple lightsaber. Like ain't nobody had a. And listen, then they wrote that into the lore, like that he has purple because you know blue is good and red is bad, and purple is because he could conjure the power of the dark side and still not turn to the dark side. You know what I mean? Because the dark side's way more powerful. You know what I mean? And he's just a G with it. You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker, the message got across one time, and they got him in there. And like I said, they wrote the whole lore with the purple lightsaber. You know what I mean?
If Star Wars was a gangster film, who's like the main gangster?
Fucking the guy with my man Lord Sidious, bro. He's the mob boss.
He's the one who's controlling everybody, right?
The biggest hitman is Darth Vader because that's basically what he was because you're working for the boss.
Yeah. What up, Second Take Extra?
Shout out to Second Take. And he probably started March Madness and jumped in here. Second Take's a basketball guy. He's like, oh, they're talking about gangster movies.
There you go. And your boy made it, Bogey. Want to give him an intro?
Yeah. Hey, man. I want to shout out our guy before we bring him on here. It's our man. He's responsible for all the ill intros, and we actually got something in the works too. But you know what I'm saying? We was on some gangster shit, so I definitely had to holler at my man. It's my man, Complicated Kyrie. Hey. Okay, hold on. Menace or what's the other motherfucker? Reservoir Dogs. Menace to Society or Reservoir Dogs? I'll let him get it straight.
You asking me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to go Reservoir because it's Menace to like. Is that really?
Okay.
You
Well,
know?
yeah. Well, Menace already lost. I just wanted to say.
Now it just lost even more.
Got the reinforcement there.
And you are a
Question, man.
you're a cinematography. You're a director. What do I? You know what I mean? I hate labeling motherfuckers. You're all of that. You know what I mean? And so I
He's
know
got
you
video
have-
skills, bruh.
Yeah, I know you have a great
Appreciate
respect for our man Tarantino. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs is awesome. You know what I mean? But Menace was just that one, man.
It is. These are great. Look, this is the fact that we're pitting these movies up against each other right now is like, you got to watch all these movies. Just got to watch all these movies.
Yeah,
they're great movies.
This is the Sweet 16 though, so this is like the cream of the crop, anyways. So all these are going to be hard. We've only had one.
De la creme.
Only The Godfather over The Bronx Tale. That's the only one that's been a unanimous split.
The crema.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. 7-0. Oh, wow.
That's the only one.
Okay. So far. Who? Somebody pick another one. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick.
I guess Tarantino. Let's do Pulp Fiction versus King of New York.
Okay.
This one might be a little bit fast. I mean, I'm definitely going Pulp Fiction. So we'll just talk We'll talk King of New York for a second, because man,
let's do that.
G in that movie. Him and Larry Fishburne, old school Larry
Frank
Fishburne.
Wright, bruh.
That's what I'm saying. Were these around the same time?
Himself after Frank Wright, bruh. Come on, man. 100%. Like I said on the pre-show, if a nickel bag is sold on the app, oh, man, that shit hit home, dog. Coming from where I come from, on my mouth.
What year was King? What year was King of New York released?
1990.
90.
So Pulp Fiction was 94.
91. Oh, 94. I thought
Reservoir.
New York was like 91. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pulp Fiction. I tell you what, Pulp Fiction was one of those ones I had to watch it twice to really appreciate it. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, "Holy shit!" Just all the shit that went down, the way it went back and forth, and
There was a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, it was just a lot to keep up with. But the second time I watched it, I was like, "Man, this is like the greatest movie I've ever seen." So I'm definitely going with Pulp Fiction.
Right.
And Ron said he's going Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. You know, when they bring out the Gimp and the whole deal, like the movie's just very well done. It's Tarantino, like I said, I like his stuff, but King of New York, man. Like you said, is there more to say about King of New York? I mean,
put me down for King of New York, doggy.
Ooh,
Oh, man,
King,
man.
I think King might make a little comeback here.
I love
See what
Christopher
Bogard
Walken.
thinks.
You know, great actor, like I said, good watch. And I mean, all these movies are good watch. You're not gonna like get up and be or like check your watch, like where are we in this? You know,
Right.
some of those other movies we talked
this
about
is
earlier
the
were long.
drama.
But
This is the crema. The creme de la creme.
yeah, like I saw Batman the other day, and I didn't like check my watch. I knew I was in for a long haul. You know.
The new Batman?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was cool, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude! It's like 3 acts. It's like, yes, this is how you're supposed to kind of do
You're
movies.
supposed
Like
to do Batman like that, though.
this is the way you're supposed to do Batman. Like
Batman's
a fucking
You're supposed to do
detective.
shit.
Yes, it's very well done.
Hey, listen. I just want to tell the world
well
right
written.
now, because I want to let you guys know all this time I am Batman.
Oh, I've never seen you and Batman in the same room at the same time. It
Never.
makes total sense.
I'm admitting it now.
Bogard Wayne.
Right.
Hey, what were you on? I'm in
We got Pulp Fiction versus
the
King.
Bogman.
Pulp Fiction. I gotta do it.
The Bogman.
I gotta go Pulp
Yeah, I'm
Fiction.
going Pulp Fiction too, man.
Got to. Like that.
Yeah, when fucking Uma Thurman dies, and then he injects her heart with what the fuck is it? Like
intense as a kid. I
adrenaline?
watched that in a
Or
theater
Yeah,
with my
adrenaline.
mom.
Yeah.
I watched that with my mom, my pops, hell of my aunties and uncles. So that's what you used to do when you were young.
Yeah, you're a kid, and it's just like, oh, close your eyes, or like turn around when it's like
I'm
nude
watching
scene.
that shit, bro.
No, it's like a nude scene when they're like about to bone. Like anything else is fair game because your parents didn't know it was gonna happen.
The cinema,
I
obviously,
am curious
Tarantino,
to know
just the music.
what is your guys' main criteria for judging? Like,
No, just however the fuck you like.
Mine is how many times I watched this movie.
Mine
and
too.
I know the movie,
Right.
so I really don't know nothing about Pulp Fiction. I ain't gonna lie, Dougie.
Got you.
It's a good one. You gotta watch it.
Radar.
You gotta watch it, man.
Pulp Fiction's a good one. It's a trip.
It is. It's a lot.
And we can just go on to the next one because we're going to be able to talk about Pulp Fiction in these next rounds for sure.
Good idea.
Let's go.
There you go.
Ooh, Scarface.
We didn't even talk about.
Gangs of New
We didn't even
York.
talk about like burgers
this
blowing
was
up in people's
easy, bro.
faces.
I'm surprised Gangs of New York even made it to the Sweet 16. I'm going
What the fuck is
Scarface.
that?
Yeah, what is that? A fucking? Is that a musical? What the fuck is that?
Leonardo DiCaprio, and they're like way back in the I believe it's
I saw glimpses or clips of this movie. I'm sorry. This one I've never seen.
You guys want to hear the Luigi clip note on the movie real quick?
Sure.
So there's a gang. So it's all different. This is the beginning.
And they're in New York. End of story.
The beginning of the 5 boroughs, hella immigrants, bro. And then you have the natives. So everything's a gang. Even the firemen, they're all considered gangs because they're doing gangster shit. It's like the Wild West, but in the East. You know what I mean? And you have all the Irish gangs. You know what I'm saying? And because they're all immigrants. Everyone hates on the immigrants, right? The Irish gangs are hella hard, and that's Leonardo DiCaprio's pops, right? That's the dude, Liam Neeson, motherfucking
Takers.
No, not Liam Neeson. Taken. Yeah, Taken. There.
Yeah, the motherfucker. He's gonna kill wolves with his bare hands
he
and
plays
shit.
priests. These is loosely based on real guys in this motherfucker's true story, right? Then you got fucking the Butcher. They call their gang's called the Natives. And the Butcher here, he's because he's from, this is my soil, your Irish shit, and blah blah blah. Like he's only got one eye because the motherfuckers took his eye out, right? And but check this out. But dude, and they would meet up and have big ass rumbles, and they would have a meeting first. You know what I mean? No guns, okay, no guns. Melee weapons, yes, check. You know, knives, swords, check. You know what I mean? And then they go to war, bro. Meet at the spot. And like whoever win holds sway over the 5 points. So the first, and then Leo plays.
Is the boy from New York undercover in Gangs of New York? The detective Lopez Torres?
Nah, he ain't in there. But Gangs of New York Undercover was a hell of a show, though.
Yeah, but
I
was gonna say, Bogart, does anybody get chainsawed in half or like thrown a mountain of cocaine? Because
Scarface destroys. This is another unanimous. It has
I saw Scarface on VHS, I think the first time, like in 2 VHS, because it was like too long to fit on 1 VHS back in the fucking day. And
he puts his face in a pile of chow mein, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. And say hello to my little friend. It's like Infamous.
I mean, it's a movie that inspired an entire video game as well.
Yeah.
Keep in mind.
Listen,
like 30 years later too.
All the dope dealers from everywhere wanted to be that movie inspired a whole goddamn fucking nation of dope.
That's the real started from the bottom. Now we here, like how I was talking about American Gangster. Oh my mama!
And really, that was the peak into like really what was going down in Miami because like we saw the Concade Cowboys documentary later. Like there was hundreds of Tony Montanas down there.
Hey, you ain't lying, bro, because they all had the line back to whether it was Panama or whether it was Cuba or motherfucking, you know what I mean? Everybody, Colombia, obviously the main one. Everybody had the line somewhere, bro.
I'm gonna grab a beer.
Yeah, because even Pablo Escobar, they make it seem, he was the biggest, but there was like, there's 15, 20 Pablo Escobars.
Griselda ran Miami.
Yeah.
Hey, Griselda Blanco, bro. Hey. If you know, you know. Hey, she even put the town on.
Oh my mama!
Oh
yeah. She was fucking with a nigga from out there.
Yeah, she was in. He would come through on the comments. What do they call it in the visits?
The conjugal.
Yeah, conjugal visits, bro. He was waxing, bro, and she would send him hella bees, hella bricks, bro.
Facts, bro.
The kicks, bro. Da kicks like a fucking sensei. Yeah, we're going Scarface. That was a good one. You know what I mean?
Do you have
And
any
just
first rounders left?
one of the more
Yeah,
affordable
Boys in the
movies.
Hood and Casino, and then Godfather 2 and Departed.
Ugh, okay. Let's go to that one because I think that's a knockout blow. I'm going Godfather 2 over Departed.
I'm going Godfather 2, so maybe we just talk about Departed for a second. Like, man, the cast on that was just so ridiculous. Marty Scorsese, multiple movies on this list. Man, I mean, a different type of gangster flick for sure. This shit was just
Give me
dope.
Departed real quick because it's modern. Give me Departed real quick because it's modern. I like that shit. It's fresh in my mind. I like Godfather 2. Obviously, it builds off the first one, but a lot of flashbacks. Maybe too many flashbacks if you're, trying to recap you. But I like Departed, man. I like people dying, fucking undercover.
Okay, so this one isn't unanimous. I like it.
And Ron, Godfather 2.
But Godfather 2 had a good soundtrack too, man.
That's the thing that wanted me to want to vote for it, honestly. But I still like, if we're talking about movies itself, and I know it's a little more. Honestly, if you want to say, is it gangster? Is it gangster? Yeah, I mean, probably Godfather 2 is more gangster. But the fact that this one's still a modern movie and the way that they did it, I don't know, just with the cop interplay, the undercover part, the double crossing.
I like that it was loosely based because it was based on Whitey Bulger, loosely, like extremely, like vaguely loosely. Whatever, you know what I mean? But
yeah, but then you just, you make it a fucking very entertaining, good movie after, you know what I mean? Like you adapt that to the story.
It was dope though because it was also a time. It took place in a time before like social media and all that shit. Like even all the way down to like he's texting with the phone, like the flip phone opened in his pocket, and he's going across the numbers like fucking Braille. You know what I mean? Just like 3 clicks here. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like it was old school texting.
Look,
like old school. He's like telling them, "Nigga, we're on the way."
When Vito got his ass locked up, and he told them that he'll kill the police and that other boy, I can't even think of his name. It don't get more gangster than that. And we sent his ass to Sicily, bruh. 100%, bruh.
He made the call.
Man, he
pushed the button.
The Godfather right then and there, my nigga.
When the crescendo happens and everybody gets capped at the same time.
Yep. They break into that joint.
Everybody died at the same time. You ain't lying, bro.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's classic as fuck.
Man,
I mean, obviously, I just wanted to make it interesting, right? That's why I voted for Departed. But
I like how it showed how Vito became the Godfather as well. Even though, like how you said about the flashbacks,
he said it had to be you.
Yeah. On how Vito became Vito. You know what I mean? Oh, my mama.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Vito Corleone. I like De Niro in that motherfucker, bro. He's young.
And then when they go to Cuba and the boy from Florida, he get to, the boy that died, he gets sick to OG, how they get to talking about, the radicals versus the military and all that shit, man. That shit is deeper than a motherfucker, dog. On my mouth.
That was really happening too.
Yeah, real talk. And Michael see how the boy blow himself up to kill the soldiers and all that, and they was letting him know. Yeah, that shit was hard.
He died for the cause, B.
He died for the cause.
I used to play a whole Godfather game on my fucking cell phone back in the fucking day.
Like how Blake said too, though. So the Godfather and Scarface is the hardest games on the PS2, my nigga. On my mama.
That's so true.
Because on the Scarface game, you can go bust some knocks. You can pull up on a nigga and sell him a dime bag or 20 bags. You gotta hold X.
My whole life was
that shit hard.
On the PS2 back in high school.
Hey, you can bust knocks for real in the game.
You can bust knocks, my nigga. I used to ride around in my rack with the PS2 in my car playing Scarface, my nigga, busting knocks.
Hey, listen, for those of you guys that don't know, Northern Cali slang to bust
they don't
a
know
knock
nothing about that.
means to sell a sack of narcotic. You bust a knock. That means you're riding around getting moolah.
Like 2 Chainz say, you riding around and you getting it. There it is.
Busting knocks.
Oh, my mama.
And okay, now to get for one more layer, you guys want to know why they call it a knock? Because those are those motherfuckers that are liable to come knocking at your door for that shit.
That's 100% true,
It's a
bro.
very educational show, Playmakers.
Fuck
That's a
having
little
people
bit of
like
history right there.
So do we got the tallied up?
We got 5.
I'm good
so
with
who
Godfather
wins,
too.
Yeah, Godfather 2 for sure.
Yeah.
fine. I just didn't want it to be a complete sweep. Like,
Hey,
also
you know who
acknowledge
I
the
don't like?
timing
I
of
don't
the-
like the bitch in Departed. She was fucking them both, and she didn't know whose kid it was. Fuck that bitch.
Oh, that's true too, right? Like, what
She was
the
waiting
fuck?
to see who survived and be like, "It's your kid." You know what I'm saying? She ended up with the other.
Psychiatrist who the fuck, and she was fucking the patient too. Like, come on, man.
She's fucking all of them. And you know what? That's malpractice. She's a doctor. She was fucking the patient.
Unethical.
Yeah.
Damn.
So what do we
And I
got?
didn't
We got
like-
Boys in the Hood versus Casino. I think
Oh.
I'm gonna go Casino because just like Easy E said, I mean, Boys in the Hood's kind of just like an after-school special.
Oh man,
I'm going
kinda like-
Casino. Casino was just fucking so hard. I love Boys in the Hood. I hate that it's going.
I was
up
gonna
against-
say I love Boys in the Hood too. Like, if I'm gonna go for a movie that I've seen more, I would vote Boys in the Hood. But if I'm gonna say gangster movie, then I would go Casino. But
Yeah.
I did this the last time in the last round,
Boys in
so
the
I'm
Hood is
sticking-
really sad to me.
it is sad. But
Why? Because Ricky got smoked.
yeah, fucking Ricky.
It's just that, no, but then they read. You read the
He's
paragraph
gonna
at
play
the end.
college ball. You know he's gonna play college ball somewhere.
And
Anyway.
he won on
He
the
was gonna go
scratcher
to the
too,
Army.
right? Didn't he
He
win on the
changed his
scratcher
mind.
too?
He's about to go to the Army.
He won on the scratcher, bro. He was like, hell yeah, and then he got smoked. Man,
Everything was going for his ass, and he got smoked in the alley. Anyway,
He got a baby on the way. You know what I mean?
damn it, man.
That's the sad part.
I'm still sad about that shit. They carried him all bloody on the fucking couch, bro. That was
That
devastating.
was hell of an acting to me too, because as a kid, that resonated with me. That scared the fuck out of me. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? I
Hey,
ain't
but
gonna lie.
it's a classic meme out of Boys in the Hood where the boy fight in the air. And so you make a trade in your fantasy league and everybody is against you in your trade.
That's everybody who trades with Bogey. Tom,
Hold on.
Get all pissed at him.
Hey, I make phenomenal trades. But
I
you
know,
what's
dude.
crazy?
I've traded
Hold
with you
on.
many times, though. You got me that one time, though. You did give me that one time.
Listen, no. I have the clairvoyancy somehow. Okay, look, I traded you because you were
Gemmo in
you
the
were
building. So why am I not on this episode?
He would have been
Sure.
great for this motherfucker
Yeah,
right
shoot him
here,
the link.
boy.
Shoot the icon the link.
I'm sending it to you
Hey.
on Twitter just in case, Gemmo.
Hey,
go, Jeff.
I swear to God, when I wasn't sure of the odd number we had, because I was like, we need an odd number so there's no tiebreakers, right? And I was like, what's the icon doing? And then I go, Siri, call icon, right? And then my girl's like, go wash the dishes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shit happened. Yeah, like, I'm on mushrooms. I'm gonna do that shit later.
damn,
You
I
had
was
to end
like,
up doing
shit,
that shit.
I was gonna get I am one with the universe. And the icon was supposed to be on the show just because, like, I swear to God he was. Anyways,
Yeah,
We
he
got
ended
a-
up
we got
on the
another
screen.
vote.
He could still end up on it.
Hey,
got
it's
another vote for Boys in the
Casino is
Hood.
where Joe Pesci went and dug the hole after he killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ronald going Boys in the Hood.
oh yeah, hey, when they beat him up in hold on,
In the
That's when
cornfield
they-
or somewhere, he went and dug the
yeah,
hole.
with the bats. They beat him
Oh,
up
my
with him
mama,
and
and
his
beat
brother
the
up.
shit out of his ass.
They beat the
But
shit
also
out of him.
casinos where they blew up the El Dorado in the parking lot when De Niro was trying to come out. Was it De Niro?
Yep.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
hey, you know what's funny is before I watched Casino, I
My problem is De Niro's in
remember
like
the
half
Nas
of these fucking
video.
movies. Gotta get rid of so
Remember
much De
Nas
Niro.
did it.
Yeah, Nas
Uh,
on my mama that was
yeah.
in this video.
Exactly.
fucking
And
El
then
Dorado
I
is
see
correct.
Casino later on in life, and I was like, oh shit. And Casino was better than the motherfucker, bro. Like, hey,
Yeah,
it's
they
also,
wasn't
I like
fucking with De Niro. De Niro got too big for the whole crew. On my
Hey,
mama.
listen, I had this bar. I said, I got my own late show like Sam in Casino. You feel me?
On my
'Cause
mama.
Sam
He
was,
was
hey,
on
he was
TV
just-
too. On my mama.
he was on.
On my mama, he did have his show.
Yeah. All
Casino
right.
was hard.
They didn't want to let his ass get that gaming license.
Fuck
All
no.
right. He
They took
made
away
it,
from him.
Bogey. He hopped on. You want the intro?
Yeah.
Oh
Hey.
shit!
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo.
The iconic one. The one and only Gemmo, the icon.
Can you guys see me? I can't see
Your
shit.
black screen.
What's up, Gemmo?
We
Is
can
that
hear
your
you.
thing?
We can't see
That's
you.
I know
That's
black is your
iconic
color.
shit right there. We can hear you, but we can't see you.
I'll be right
Oh,
back.
my
Hold
God.
on.
Because he's a fucking hitman, bro.
Real
The
talk.
first time I met Gemmo, this is how he came on screen. It was just a blank screen.
Yeah, see, he
Hey,
clicked out.
listen,
He's
hey,
talking like a
I am one with the
big-
universe when I'm on mushrooms. I swear to God, bro. Because I was like, you know who needs to be on this one? Is Gemmo. Because Gemmo is very strong, opinionative, and he's a Sagittarius
fuck
too.
yeah.
So I'm like, he's right.
He's not gonna back down
It's
from his
like me
opinion.
and JD. Gucci is
Half
too.
man, half beast around this bitch, boy.
You ain't lying. You feel me?
100%.
We got
And Ron
everybody.
said, "Did you have a sticker over the camera?" I see those Gemmo the icon stickers everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Hey,
I even got a couple here myself. I'm waiting until I get to Vegas so I can go put them in like dope spots.
and that's my guardian angel.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
I
him
have a
over there.
There we go. Now we see you, bro.
There we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
I'm going
There
to
he
Florida.
is. The icon. Hey, check
Hey.
this out. This
I gotta
man,
go. I'm going to Florida, so I'm gonna.
for everyone that's a fan of my man Gemma the Icon, and people always want to show their gratitude by even sending him gifts. Even this is what you gotta send him: bundles and Costco size orders of toilet paper
Love the toilet paper. I love the toilet.
Right,
for
right.
Christmas, birthday. You send him toilet paper, bro. He's happy than a motherfucker. He uses it for
Hey,
everything.
great fucking seeing everybody here, man. I'm at work, as you can tell. I'm a little dressed up
Yes.
here, but
Okay.
Cheers.
Let's-
You're
you
never
guys
over
fucking
yet.
love each and every one of you. It's great to see you guys. Has Menace to Society been talked about yet?
Yes. Okay. Menace to Society. What was it versus what? What was it?
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
I see
hard,
why.
right? That's hard, bro.
That was tough, but we went. I
Okay,
think I
Gemma,
went.
Yeah, it was a
what
close
say you?
battle. Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs versus Menace.
You know, it's tough, man. I have to lean towards Menace just for me, just because
See, that's where I was at.
I have to go there. Just
And Guccini
it's a
too.
very underrated fucking gangster film, man. Very underrated.
Yeah.
And I actually,
No, not in our part. Not in our
I
territory.
prefer Menace to
I'm
Society
surprised
over
Untouchables
Boys in the
didn't
Hood
make
as
it
well,
off the list, man.
because Boys in the Hood's got that long. Not. It's a great
Boys
movie.
in the Hood is like it's a lesson
Yeah,
more
Yeah.
so. Yeah, more.
Lawrence
you know what I mean?
Fishburne and everybody, but man, Menace to Society though definitely underrated.
We were actually see. Look at the universe. We're actually on Boys. What was it? Boys versus what?
Boys in the Hood
Casino.
versus Casino.
Oh, Casino. Yeah. Okay. What say you, Gemmo? Because we're
I got
actually
to go Casino on this one, man.
yes. There it is. So we got
Gotta go
another one
Casino.
for Casino.
Boys versus
Yeah.
Hoods.
Boys versus hoods.
Very good. Well,
Yeah, I got
gentlemen,
to go with Casino too, though, bro. Just based on, you know what I mean? It's some real life gangster shit going. I mean, Boys in the Hood, like we said, it's damn near like a life lesson. You know what I mean? You know, the part where they all at the motherfucking, where everybody got their Lolo out and the boy bumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they
You
going to
know,
spray
either
them
they was
down.
gonna square up then, or it was gonna be problems afterwards, and that's what got Ricky fucked up. Ricky was out
Yeah.
there.
You know what's funny about that scene, just like behind the scenes, like in real life. So Cuba Gooding, like they're running, and he said that there was a guy in there who was like on the opposing gang, and he was like, you know, I don't know if he was a real gang member or he was just a method actor or whatever. But he said that he was like chasing his ass down, and like you see him, and like Cuba falls, like if you notice that. But yeah, there's a whole big beef between him and someone else, like during
Oh,
that
like he was real dog. He was out there.
Oh
Get 'em.
shit! Hey, he was like, they're paying me to do gangster shit. Like,
They're warming up in the fucking McDonald's drive-thru and shit, like, or whatever burger joint, that chicken joint it is, or whatever. Fucking Uzis looking at him, blasting music, like,
Hey,
man.
But another part of that scene that we just talking about, when Ice Cube jumped in the goal 6'4", and the way that motherfucker hopped up and he peeled out, That always made me want a motherfucking low, bro. I am not gonna lie. And then he killed out that motherfucker. That was a cold scene, bro.
And that's why they got the drop top too, so you can do like a panoramic like spray, like range of spraying your strap. You know what I mean? That's why they got the drop tops, bro. Hey, but I know the Icon, bro. Icon, it was a pleasure, man. You know what I mean?
Gentlemen, thank you again. We'll have to do this in a more better setting here next time. But
no, listen, man.
Thank you.
Your cameos are iconic.
Motherfucking right, bro.
Your last cameo was actually like half this cast doing Playmakers in the off season before the I think during preseason or whatnot, and you were in Canton. So that was the last appearance. And it was a random, it's not random. Nothing's random. There's no coincidences in the universe. So thank you again. And we're going to have you on. We're doing this all month. You know what I'm saying? This type of theme joint every Wednesday. So I got to get you on.
Okay. Well, I'll be requesting a Wednesday off from the big boss. So I'm up there.
And we can move it to a Tuesday if you know what, we'll figure that out actually because Wednesday.
Hey, listen, you want to move it to a Tuesday, the last Tuesday this month, we're taking a break. So you let me know, sir.
Hey, well, we'd want to impose on your day off, but and Jimmo, I'll be in contact with you soon, man. I haven't forgotten about you.
Jimmo, anytime you need me to clear the building, bro, I'll call in the bomb.
We need you to get Brian talked way too
much. He got a good burner phone right now.
Yeah, put the call in.
Listen, for the feds be watching this show. Listen, I was just playing.
Love you,
gentlemen. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna catch the replay.
Oh yeah, great seeing you, Jimmo.
All right, go Bears. Go Bears.
Bear down.
Bear down.
I'm going to casino as well, though.
Yes. I agree with Kyrie. I love casino.
Robert De Niro,
Gemmo was like Gemmo. It's timely, bro. It's like a gangster movie. Gemmo's a true icon, a true gangster.
Right. Hey, but Joe Pesci though in Casino though, bro, it don't get no realer than that though, bro.
Yeah, I don't have to talk it up. I mean, I know it was gonna win, so that's why I just wanted to mention. We talked about
Joe Pesci was the guy.
I mean, the one thing where Robert De Niro, he finds the dude's pen. Is this your pen? No. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Like just out of the blue. And Joe Pesci.
Hey, I love it when he's so fucked up though. He's so fucked up, he can't even whoop the dude's ass, bro. Remember?
Yeah.
He's like whooping on him. He's faded. They're like, dang, he's losing it.
Hey, who was De Niro's bride in that movie? What's her name?
It was Michelle Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer. Oh my mama.
No. Sharon Stone. I'm sorry.
Sharon Stone.
Yeah. She was a Sharon Stone. She was a Sharon Stone.
On the graphic.
My bad. I thought of the wrong blonde chick.
Hey, back in the heyday, bro. Most of these movies are from the 90s and before.
Was Pfeiffer Tony Montana's bride?
Yeah.
See,
dance like this.
The coalition's here.
Every time we're out together, my fucking wife always pulls that move. Like she does this shit, and I was like, "Why are you fucking dancing like you're in Scarface?"
Okay, look. Let's go to the next joint. Let's go to the next joint. What are we? Oh, we're in the next round.
Yeah, it's on the round. The Elite Eight up next.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Man, we thought the first round was tough. This Elite Eight's gonna get nasty.
Yeah, how'd you get that scar? That classic fucking line.
I think we now we can start rapid firing, right? Then we'll elaborate. Then
we got four matchups here. Which matchup we want to go with first?
Start shooting the load, bro.
I mean, shit. You know what? I'm just I'm just enjoying the ride. Somebody nominate one? You know what I mean?
Let's do that last one. 7-2.
Spit it out.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the easiest one. Because fuck Lonzo and his shady.
That's
my cousin, bro.
What's happening here?
It's so familiar. Like that happened up the street from like the house. Like
that's training day. He's talking about training day.
Yeah, so it's more.
So Ron's going casino. I'm going casino also.
I'm gonna go. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm going Training Day.
Too. Only thing that I like about Training, I ain't gonna say the only thing is that when old boy saved the little girl, and when he was in that bathtub and them
Yeah, that's what saved his life.
Brains out.
Hey,
and she's like, "Oh, that's old boy."
And he was high. Hey, bro was wet when he beat those fools' ass. Remember?
Yeah.
He was wet. He made him smoke the PCP. He made him smoke the PCP. Oh,
here, hit this.
He made him smoke that. He made him smoke the leña but he packed a bowl of it though. Remember, he even made him buy it. They busted those motherfuckers and got it from the D boys at first. The little street level.
That's one of the hardest parts of the movie, and that was at the beginning.
Yeah, it is.
They was about to fuck him
You're
up.
right.
Oh my mama.
And then listen, he had the wherewithal too. He was such a cop. He fucking took he grabbed that thing in his pocket, the wallet, man.
I was about to fucking vote Casino because I thought it was gonna be like more gangster, but honestly, you guys are talking about that scene like you don't like it. But man, that if a fucking scene.
No, he's talking about the scene because that's the scene right there.
It stirs your emotions, right? No, it stirs your emotions, and it's shit that sticks with you. So I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote for Training Day.
Oh,
this one's fucking me up, man.
Close.
I'm still on Casino though, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I am still on Casino though because Casino was so hard, bro. I'm Sam from Casino, bro.
100%. I just like how them Russians fucked old boy up at the end, man. I'm telling you, they put 1,000 shots in.
They fucked his ass good. You gotta send a message.
He was riding it. That motherfucker wasn't hitting switches after them gunshots.
You know why I hate this is why I would hate Alonzo though. It's because his main man, $100,000 that he did a lot of dirt with and covered, probably made a lot of money off of for covering this dude. That was his insurance plan. If I ever need some fucking money, I'm gonna kill this dude. He's going to the Philippines. He got his money buried under the kitchen. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody.
Yeah,
he needed $1 million.
Hey, Ron, them Russians don't play. You ain't lying, my dog.
And you know what's fucked up? Is Ethan Hawke actually fucked him up, made him late for his shit.
He sure did. You ain't got that bag. Oh my God.
He took it.
Say, I'm gonna go grab a beer.
Grab
a beer.
Yeah, do that.
Before I do, I'll get my vote in. I'm gonna vote for Casino.
Yeah.
I gotta go Casino though. I love Casino.
All right, I was making it interesting still.
No, listen, I voted Training. It's who it's going up against.
It's crazy because this one I think is going to be the easiest one out of all of them to get a winner. The other matchups look really nasty right now.
You'll be surprised. I don't know. I'm a wild card tonight.
I like it. This is why we have this panel. You know what I mean?
No.
Go at the bottom one again. Godfather, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I've seen all these
Reservoir Dogs here.
Well.
I love Godfather, but I'm gonna
Give
go
me
Reservoir
Godfather,
Dogs.
bro.
Yeah, right. How can you?
I want to see Godfather 1 versus Godfather 2 in the semis or whatever the fuck is gonna be.
Godfather 2 is my favorite.
100%.
Yeah.
In the trilogy, historically, the middle.
Hey, pull that comment up again. Look at what.
I think it was because we had Gemmo on for a second, so he made a couple. He made a couple 9, but
yeah,
that was a good one, bro.
Dude, it's
Ron said he's going Godfather.
Ron, come run this shit. All right, dude.
Also, Ronald, come on, man.
Hey, our man B Dub,
Godfather.
man. Shout out to you, though.
Is it Ronald or Ronaldo? Quit kidding yourself.
He's Italian, bro.
I gotta go Godfather also. I love Reservoir Dogs, but yeah, Godfather is just it's on a different level.
Everybody else vote because I'm gonna make my decision here towards the end.
This is Godfather Part 1, though. That's what
I'm
I'm saying.
All right,
I like Godfather
drop
2.
the link and he'll come on. I'm sending it to you.
I'm gonna go Reservoir Dogs. I'm still sticking with
Terrence.
Terrence.
You know what's funny? I was thinking we should have shot the link to Ronald, to our man Ronald earlier, man. I thought of that twice earlier. I swear to God, I'm for the frequencies, bro. I'm on the wavelengths right now, bro.
Speak your mind more often, Bogard. I think that's the first time I've ever said that. But anyway, no, my vote is for Reservoir Dogs. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick with it because
I'm with you, Reservoir Dogs. I love that movie.
Like I said, I did kind of hound on Godfather 2, but at the same time, you can watch Godfather 2 and still get a lot of Godfather 1 because of those flashbacks that I was talking about.
I
and there's still some guys goes down.
I'm saying.
So with the trilogy, like you're saying, if you're going to watch one of those movies and you got to get rid of 2 other ones.
Hey, when you eat a burger, right? When you eat a burger, you know what's the best part? It's what's in the middle of the burger. Like,
unless you're eating a burger in the backseat of a car in Pulp Fiction, right? We didn't talk about that yet, but we'll get there.
A clam burger.
No, not a clam burger. I'm talking about just a burger. But no, my
burger.
I was thinking out loud, and I was living vicariously through myself there because I do love eating clam
burger.
All burgers. Are we talking about burgers?
What?
What? Oh yeah, let's do that. What? We talking about burgers?
What?
I said, are we talking about burgers?
What?
Double burger? Burger with shit with bacon?
All right, Rob made it on.
Yeah.
Go
Okay, let's do this. We're doing this.
Yo.
What up?
We're doing this.
What up?
What up? Every hella echoes, bro.
Yeah, we got to echo.
Every hella echoes, bro. You see, I just told you again.
You got to turn down the.
Yeah,
stuff.
I got it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you, Ron.
So who didn't we get? Who didn't we get to vote? I mean, Godfather
Spencer.
looks like a one either.
Oh
way.
yeah, I was in the bathroom. Yeah, I'm good with Godfather.
Let's go. We're on to the next round.
Welcome, Ronaldo.
Oh no, we're not on to the next round. Yeah, we have the
Oh, I was
last
gonna
one.
say we still got 2 more.
Yeah.
Elite Eight.
Yeah. I'm figuring it out as we go along.
Like most nights.
Dude, I'm on schedule, bro. What y'all got? What's up?
What's the next bout?
I smell an upset coming on this one.
Okay, JD.
Put me down with the 8 seed.
Yo.
I ain't got to say no more, bruh.
I'm with you on
Another
that.
Quaalude?
Yeah.
You're gonna let me
I'm
on
with
it.
you.
Damn,
Well,
y'all throwing in for Goodfellas.
You stuffing your nose
Wow.
with that shit.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'll go.
You want to see helicopters?
Scarface over Goodfellas.
Shit, man.
Ooh.
I love
Hey,
Goodfellas. Like,
this one was gonna be tough, bro. I already knew it.
yeah, I saw this. It's like one of the my wife doesn't watch movies and she doesn't watch old movies, and I was like, we gotta watch this, and we saw Goodfellas. She quotes Scarface like she knows it. I don't know if she does. She could just
Hey,
be
my
like
lady.
lying.
I remember quarantine. When quarantine came around. We
Yeah,
did the Gangster movie
let's watch
like
all the good
marathon because my lady never seen none of these joints, and like
My wife did. She was a fucking nerd or some shit. Like never saw movies. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was like, what were you doing with your life? She's like, I was riding bikes.
hey,
and
listen, bro. Goodfellas was one of those ones where she was like, I showed her Goodfellas first to get her to watch all the other ones that I have ready to show her next. You know what I mean? Because she's seen the Boys in the Hood and the Menace. She's seen all those, but I was like the Italian ones. She never seen them, so I
I feel
showed
like
her
Goodfellas
first.
is a good intro
Goodfellas.
to Italian mob movie. Like, here you go. Let's ease it in because it's
And
all
then I remember I
narrated.
showed her Donnie Brasco too, like second, because then she was like, "Oh, Johnny Depp, oh, watch it," and then she was like, "Oh shit, that shit was tight," and I'm like, "Exactly."
Like I
And then
said
so
in the
after
beginning,
that, I was like,
look,
it was easy to like,
exactly.
because we went on a marathon for the Gangster movie joint.
You're not getting chainsawed in half. You're not snorting a mountain of cocaine. You're not stabbing somebody for revenga. Then fuck it, man. You got to go with Scarface.
Oh, he
I was
going
gonna
with
say, but
Scarface.
all that
I'm
shit's
going
not
Hey, that
real
motherfucker put his
gangsters.
face in the motherfucking key and just.
Mhm.
Hilarious.
Hey, I swear to God, that shit made me want to party,
That
man.
motherfucker had a mountain full of dope. So everything. What the
Hey,
fuck?
that was that uncut song. That shit'll come back hard, bruh.
Hey, what was the movie where the motherfucker was like, I can't feel my face?
Blow.
That was Blow.
That was Blow.
Blow.
Hey,
Blow.
Montana was the real
And he
Blow
said-
before Blow.
He
Blow.
said street level.
Blow is a
He
badass
said
movie.
street level
Blow is
Blow
a
was
good
like.
movie too.
That's my wife's favorite movie of all time.
That guy was the rabbit in Unhappily Ever After, the TV show where the guy talked to his like stuffed rabbit. That guy was the rabbit.
Yeah.
Fuck, bruh.
You remember that TV show?
Oh yeah, that's a
By the
classic.
way, Scarface.
There we go.
By the way,
One thing that's crazy before we move on with Goodfellas, what's his name? Henry. He was such a good snitch that he snitched about the whole Boston College, like them like fixing points there. It was kind of just like icing on the cake, like nobody even asked him about it. And he just like loosely like just like threw it in there. And they made that whole ESPN 30 for 30 about how they were throwing the games and shit.
And you know what was crazy too is that when he went into the witness protection program, bro, they couldn't even make. They probably could have made a whole nother movie about that shit because like he was like trying to be a normal person, but he was like a piece of shit. Still, like he was a boss, like living a life. So he was just disrespecting everybody, and he'd be in a restaurant. You know who I am, and this and that. And they'd be like, man, we gotta relocate you because they would have the G's. They would have the feds, like there would be a guy assigned to watch him. So everywhere he went, he would just be like in the cut watching the dude. And he'd be like, yo, this guy's wild, bro. Like he's like, you know what I mean? Because people want to kill him. You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean?
Oh,
like, the
yeah,
mob was
I
out. Trying to,
Yeah, he probably
everywhere.
on him to kill.
Ray
him.
Liotta has been trying to play that same character since the day that movie ended. Like he signed up for like anything that is remotely close to that character.
Yeah. Okay, who
Yeah,
else
this
saying?
is
Who
a
else
this
saying?
is a nasty matchup right here, man.
I want to
Godfather
kick this
Part
one
2
off.
and
I
Pulp
want to kick
Fiction.
this one off. I've been kind of
Pulp
quiet this episode. I want to kick this one off though, because as I said, like Pulp Fiction. I'll be real with you. I'm not like a huge movie buff or nothing. But I'd say Pulp Fiction is one of those ones that, like, I watched it multiple times because I was just so into it. And man, it was. I know, right? And like those end parts of the Bruce Willis scenes down the stretch are just fucking that shit. I'll remember forever, man. That movie was just with the
I know
and
you're
all
talking
that
about
shit.
you mean when they're ass raping old boy and he wants
didn't that shit with
they're sodomizing brother. He's like
he's
trying to find a weapon to kill this
ultimate satisfaction too when he comes back and like it doesn't end up happening. It's like he's like right at the last second. Well, not the last second. He's already been penetrated a little bit, but whatever.
Just fucking nuts.
Oh, they were getting his ass, bro.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I'm pretty fucking boss.
What was his name?
Zed. He fucking pays for it. That's
Zed
the
is
point.
dead, baby.
Zed's dead.
Zed's
Yeah,
dead,
but
baby.
what was the part?
Did
Yeah,
you
where
get the pancakes?
Well, like I said,
name?
that shock and awe factor. Just because I mean, I'm sticking with what I was going with in my theme here. This is really fucking hard because Godfather is fucking awesome, but I'm gonna vote for Pulp Fiction over Godfather 2 in this gangster bracket, and I don't even know why, because Pulp Fiction doesn't seem as gangster, but it's gangster in its own right in like 5 different stories.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, everything is based around gangsters. I mean, look at John Travolta and Sam Jackson. They're hitmen. You know,
we haven't even talked about Samuel Jackson.
He literally calls Marcellus Wallace, right? He calls.
We're not there yet. I'm saying
he goes,
we're not there.
Look, I know
if we make it past this round, then we can talk about it.
Hey, remember he says like this. He says, "Well, you know, if they pull up, if she pulls up and she sees us in the kitchen doing a bunch of gangster shit, right? a bunch of gangster shit, right? And then he's like, yeah, you're right. I'm gonna send the wolf. Hey, they should have made a whole nother movie on missing wolf, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to the movie all about when you think about it. Every single scene, it's all about Marcellus Wiley and some shit that's going on in his life, but it's like other people are different work.
Okay, how about this? The first scene when they're walking down the hallway and they're having a long conversation about Marcellus Wallace throwing the dude out the window for massaging his bitch's feet. Remember that? And he's like,
Get the feet
you're knocking on the door.
there.
See, that's the emphasis that Tarantino would put into the cinematography, into just the normal human conversation.
And the fact that Uma Thurman's fucking barefoot all the fucking time. But Tarantino has a thing with fucking feet because you look at all his movies, like
either tall feet in the bathroom. Someone always coming in or out of the bathroom.
All the fucking time, man. All the fucking time. Fuck yeah, bro.
Hey, listen, and driving too. He loves like driving scenes. You know what I mean?
And look, check it out, bro. You know Robert Rodriguez, the guy who does all the Spy Kids shit, all that motherfucking stuff? He's from my hometown here in Ed Chelsea. His dad was the vice principal of my fucking junior high and shit. And
I swear to God, Miles, you're gonna be famous one day and successful and more than ever, right?
Yeah, dude,
and I swear to God, because
look, Robert Rodriguez's brother Marcel would do the fucking cinematography for our football team when I was in high school, bro, and he would cut our highlight films.
One day they'll be like, man, that guy Peacock went to our high school.
Maybe.
Okay, look, hold on. Pulp Fiction, though. That's
love that shit.
I love that you said that right now, Hus. I've never realized that. The main
That's
character for real is Marcellus Wallace. Because before they even really show him, he's being referenced all the time. Hey, describe Marcellus Wallace to me.
Does he look like a bitch?
Yeah, listen,
that's such that whole scene right there. Like, man, first off, they're talking about like going to Amsterdam and shit, just shooting the shit, and then they go in there, gotta put their.
What did it say? He said,
royalty.
With cheese.
Oh yeah,
It's like they got the fucking metric system out there. They're not.
They dip the motherfucking fries in the mayonnaise, bro.
That's what they call Burger King out there. Oh, no, I didn't go in there.
Yo, in Germany, they do that French fry mayonnaise thing too. It's gross.
Oh, man, that shit's fucked, dude. Ketchup's the one thing you gotta put with fries, man. How can anybody fuck
eat
that
my fries plain. If I ain't dipping it in no ranch, I ain't putting nothing on my fries.
And I fuck with the ranch too, though, bro.
Yeah, I fuck with the ranch over the mayonnaise. I can tell you all that.
Jimbo's episode with the pizza on the ranch?
Yeah,
the pizza episode, and they was like,
"We're all East Coasters."
People,
hey, look at this.
People in Wisconsin go fucking crazy for ranch, dog.
It was me. It was me and Heart to Start, and we're all on Jimbo's joint, right? And it's a pizza joint. And we're talking about because we love dipping our pizza, just dipping everything in ranch, bro. It's delicious. Right. You know what I mean? And then everyone was so appalled because they're all East Coast, you know what I mean? Or Midwest. They were so appalled.
East Coast.
I love it.
Bro, you come to Wisconsin. People in Wisconsin would take a whole slice of fucking za and just dunk it in a gallon of ranch if they had the option. It's
so
wild.
Good.
Deep fry that shit. Why not?
Deep fried pizza's the one. I have an air fryer. I air fry everything.
I just air fried my dinner.
I hear that bitch on. My wife's like air frying waffles in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Delicious.
Like, I'm air frying the waffles. Like, what the fuck?
The only thing is like to preserve your air fryer, you just got to make sure you preheat it though, because that's how you preserve it for the long run. Because those motherfuckers will break easily. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So that's my word of advice. Anyone that has an air fryer, always make sure you preheat it first. So it only takes 4 minutes. Motherfuckers just want it lazy. Don't want to wait 4 minutes.
You have a rice cooker and shit.
You have deep fried goodness with no grease.
If you're pushing it, then it smells like rubber's burning. It tells you to stop.
They really do.
Yeah, it's like stop that.
I've never done that.
Okay, all right. All right. Are we on?
I didn't officially vote. I'm
Put me down for Godfather, bro.
Pulp Fiction.
Godfather for me, man.
I mean, Godfather.
What's the count? I gotta smoke some weed.
It's 3-2 Pulp Fiction.
I'm off.
So who hasn't voted on this?
Oh, and the soundtrack of Pulp Fiction is like awesome.
2 of us supposedly haven't voted.
If that counts for anything.
Yep. The soundtrack is good though. You're right.
Agreed.
Schwana.
Sure, you can do stuff like
That joint?
it won't get blocked by YouTube.
That shit went crazy. Schwana.
The fucking restaurant scene, just in like the beginning and the end of the movie.
Oh, when he's telling him to tape the joint, you tape it behind the fucking toilet. Or whatever. I'm
you were talking about Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Pulp Fiction.
No, I was talking about Godfather. What are we talking about? My bad, I'm on mushrooms. Reiterate?
Who has a vote?
I kicked it off.
We got one more vote, and that's it. So who?
I voted Pulp Fiction. Did you count that?
I voted Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Ron, you get your vote in?
Pulp Fiction. Can you not hear me? I said Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I got it. Moves on, man. Yeah, it's 7 and that's 4. Yeah.
Whatever.
Crazily, no Godfather movie made it.
Yeah, Godfather made it past.
The first one made it.
That's upset.
Oh, the other one's in there. Oh, okay.
The second one is kind of better than the first one, but it's all about the matchups here.
I mean, Godfather 2 is better, but like Godfather 1 is iconic because it it broke all like the rules.
Listen, it's March Madness. There is no de facto de facto everything is what we say is right. It's what we feel.
It's March
Madness.
And we can all agree Godfather 3 sucked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In every universe, is trash.
That shit is trash.
That's my problem with it. 280s. It's like,
They brought the one boy back to testify. Man, they could have off this bitch ass. Fuck him. And then he gonna recant his story when he get on the stand. Fuck him.
What does he mean on the stand?
Right.
Because they brought like the cousin,
Hey, he did the Sammy Sosa. He act like he didn't know he didn't speak English when he was on that stand.
Like he forgot that guy exists somehow.
Right.
The Sammy Sosa.
No habla.
Sammy Sosa showed it. No English when they called it.
No English. Oh, he know.
It's like, oh fuck, he got on a plane. Never mind.
okay.
What are we doing first? Which five? This is the shit. This is the final 4.
Final 4 now.
Oh
fucking
shit!
A. What are we gonna kick it off with?
We can only see 2 of them, but it's good.
This is my like and my other teams. You thought I was gonna say my final 4.
So Godfather, Casino, Scarface, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's good. That's a good 4.
Yes, click either one. Let's
Boba
We
Fett.
had an upset with Scarface over Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Clone Wars animated and
Man, you can lock me in for Scarface, doggy.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm there
100%.
I'm going Pulp Fiction.
Hey, the A seat is going to the chip, dog.
Yeah, I'm going Pulp, man. Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
no, give me Scarface.
Yeah.
I know with Tarantino this whole way, but in this particular matchup, Scarface does it for me. It gets my jollies off. I have fond memories of watching Scarface. Like my parents were out of town in high school. VHS was still a thing. I would have parties at my house.
Hey, what year in Impala was that when they pulled up to the hotel and Scarface is on the in the bathroom tied up to the
the shower
and he pulled up in the Impala in the drop.
In the shower, bro. And there's like,
oh my mama, that had to be like a 67 Impala or something.
The first time I saw that shit, I was shocked to the core. You know, I was like, no way, that just fucking happened. Like, oh fuck.
and he out there getting at the bride. That's just like in Master P, I'm about it. When Master P go up in the room to go meet with the Colombians, he told his brother, look, if I ain't done in 5 minutes, come up in here and get me. Yep, he talking to the bride just like
the bride on the fucking beat.
I forgot old boy name.
Which is fucked up. If he come back in 5 minutes and he went up there, that guy's dead too. That guy's just like retroactively screwing his friend over.
Hey, how is About It not on here? About It one of the hardest gangster movies too, though, bruh.
Manolo. Right? That's his friend, Manolo.
Yeah.
Man, fuck Manolo. Like 3 or 4 times in that movie when I'm watching, it's like, man, fuck this bitch ass motherfucker.
Right.
Which one? Godfather?
Manolo, his friend.
Scarface versus
Scarface. Oh yeah.
Scarface
Manolo.
versus Pulp Fiction.
The one with the sister that the one that's always fucking with his sister. Trying to fuck, he's like, just don't fuck with my sister. And fucking
hold on. I don't want to definitively say Pulp Fiction.
What?
I gotta.
We got 2 votes left. Me and Bogey haven't voted yet.
Yeah, because this one's a little
Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. Want
to know who I voted for? I was just talking about
it.
Both of these are like 2 of my favorite movies of all time too.
I can watch these back to back right now.
See, because you know what's dope is like
I'm gonna get medieval on his ass.
I'll be tired for work. It'd be like 9 in the morning tomorrow when I finish watching.
All right, I'm gonna make Bogey the deciding vote.
Hold on.
I'm going Pulp Fiction.
Okay, listen.
There's just so many levels to Pulp Fiction. I mean, it's not that Scarface isn't good. I mean, we're splitting hairs.
Of course. Look, I don't fault anybody for voting anyway at this point, honestly. These movies are all fucking awesome.
I love Scarface. See, he fucking did it before I could do it, man. I work with this. Hey, listen. I'm going to go. Actually, get it ready. Listen, I got to go Pulp Fiction here.
Yeah.
Marcellus Wallace.
Give me money.
What? Marcellus, goddamn. Crazy. Okay, actually, you know what? Fuck the what's. This is why, though, because he's so gangster, bro.
Fuck the what's. This is why.
He's so fucking gangster. Marcellus Wallace, like, this is how gangster he is that to protect his gangster, the dude had to drop on him. He saved his life right after trying to kill each other. Him and Bruce, remember that?
Yeah.
Trying to kill each other. Remember, he's just walking down the streets. He owns the streets, so he can walk around eating donuts and shit. You know what I mean? Strapped with a big ass. What was that? Like a Desert Eagle or something. He's strapped with something big. You know what I mean? And then he's just driving, and he fucking sees him like fuck. So he runs him over, and then they squabbing it out. All this shit, right? Remember that? Yeah. Then they get into the joint. He ends up saving his life. He's getting sodomized, bro. And you know what he says to him? He says,
No.
Listen.
Oh, y'all let Pulp Fiction get to the next round, bro.
Right?
Oh, my
Wait. He's like, you okay? Nah, I'm pretty fucking tall.
Listen, and to preserve his gangster, he was like, all right, no one knows about this.
Scarface.
Listen, man, I love Pulp Fiction, man.
That's fucking
I love
crazy.
Godfather, bro.
Yeah,
Peacock, you're like
Scarface can't get there. Fuck.
I gotta go Godfather.
I'm fine with it though.
Yeah, they're both great.
I'm going.
You got the penguin, guys.
You know
officially buzzed. Officially buzzed.
Dude, I'm stoned.
Peacock like fading off in the distance there.
I remember Fantasy Stoner was like, hey man, are you fucking like you're in a small space or like you're in a fucking bathroom? And I was like, no man, it's my camera, right? Like I had an old phone back in the day. Like now I'm using my like new phone and it's like my office isn't small. It's like, it's a decent size.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how you know the tree is good right now. You keep going back. Every time you take a pull, you go back more. That's that good tree right there.
Bro.
When you're driving in your car and you're just like,
you keep getting
Let me hit this shit.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, I think I got a story for y'all. What the?
You like see like this much street? Like
yeah, right. One of the few times in my life I did edibles. The shit kicked in when I was almost home, and it was the last like, red light before I got to my crib, and I was like, "Oh shit!" The shit was like going in, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god!" I was like, "I get my ass home because I'm high."
Please let me get home safe
right now.
That's when you get to throwing them prayers up. Let me get home.
Exactly. I was like, "Please get me home."
Edibles, they'll sneak up on you, man. You get caught in traffic, the edible like overtakes you. Yeah, man.
I was like, "Oh, I'm good to drive," and I was for most of the drive, but that last 5 minutes, fuck.
That kicked in and knocked the shit out your ass.
I was like,
everything.
At every red light, you gotta be like, all right, where am I? What street am I? Do I go straight? I go straight.
I
was literally the colors. Like I couldn't. It was all.
I gotta say one thing.
Green. Yeah, I can go now. It's green. I'm good.
I gotta say one thing.
All like wide and shit.
When it comes to edibles, you can't eat it in reverse.
You gotta take a little bite first and then figure out what the fuck's going on.
If you throw it in the tank, it's there.
Hey, I've scraped the pan of that shit, disrespecting it. Like, man, this shit ain't doing shit to me, dog. Like how Spencer said, that shit hit him at that moment. I was at 10 to 2.
Patience.
Let me get home safe, please.
You know how you counteract all that? You gotta
man, that was a crazy feeling. Oh, man, that's the only time I've ever driven high. Because normally, if I do shit like that, I'm just chilling. But I had done it, and then I was like, "Man, I'm going home. I'm good." But
hold on, this is some important ism real quick. Hold on, listen.
Bro, but every time I've done edibles, they don't hit me
counteracted with CBD.
Yeah, you can go back. What was that?
Yeah, because it fills the receptors up. It's true.
Bon Appetit. Go back and watch that, and they were always talking about how they'd make
people start spinning
with
on edibles. You'll start spinning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that makes sense because CBD for people that have vertigo, CBD helps that too. So that would make sense.
It acts like Suboxone does to opiates, kind of. It blocks like it going in.
There's certain receptors. Yeah.
That's true.
That's when people. That's extreme though, because that's when people are ODing and shit.
I ate a whole chocolate bar of fucking cannabis in Vegas for my homeboy's wedding.
Oh no!
And I was in the wedding and I was fucking fine. My eyes were just red all fucking day, so I wore sunglasses the whole time.
Red eyes like Cyclops.
But I was bad, but I was good. Like I was cool because I was drinking all day too. Like we're the wedding party or whatever the fuck. So I was fine. And then the only other time like that I've had one bad experience with edibles, it wasn't even bad. Like I was just high. The next day I took a shit and I was fine. Like my highness went away.
Just got it all out.
Push that shit out.
But like I've had edibles all the time. Like my blood, like I'll have a couple of gummies and you know, it's no big deal.
I'm not sure that's typically how it works, but whatever.
Or you might metabolize it different. Some people
I have I think I have a strong stomach.
There's a real thing.
I have a lot of
people. Okay.
Yeah, I'm lean and I have a lot of chips and salsa, bro.
The thing the liver does changes the chemical compound.
I was like, I need to let him say something. I was like, I need to hear this. He's like, no.
There's a lot of chips and salsa, like the salsa that counteracts that shit.
You be sending the pictures all day. That's why I laugh too, because he really does. So, like, on your lunch,
I'm dipping shit in everything, bro, and then I'm chasing it with like whiskey or tequila shots or whatever the fuck all day.
Hey, what's your go-to tequila though, Peacock?
Tequila?
Your go-to. What's your favorite one right now?
At the moment, like probably like Don Julio is like something that I like.
The Añejo, Blanco, or Reposado?
But the Reposado is like when I'm we're out and the kids like there's like somebody's watching them. You know what I mean? But,
is that the dark? Which one's the dark?
The Añejo.
Yeah,
that's the one I fuck with. When I'm drinking tequila, it's got to be Añejo.
But I don't really fuck with tequila too much. But I will here and there. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was at your, hey Guccini, when I was at the Ujo, What were we fucking with?
I was drunk, bro. I don't know.
It was the Casa. I was fucked up too.
And I hit the weed that night too.
Yeah, you hit the weed too. Hold on, was it the Casa? The Casa. Which tequila?
We had the Casamigos.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Nah, definitely.
Yeah.
Añejo.
Yeah,
I forgot, bro.
I'm gonna drink
tequila,
bro.
Hey, listen. Hey, at one point he goes like this. Hey, Gucci, he goes
Cuervo, like stuff like that. It depends.
Hey, hold on, Peacock. I'm over there at the Heart to Start studio, right? And then Guccini goes, so first of all, we're pre-gaming for like 2.5 hours, right? Because it's also a function.
Shit, that's
it's a
not
family
pre-gaming.
function going on, right? So we're having pre-gaming before we even do the podcast itself, right? And then like we're about to start, right? And then Guccini goes, hold on, I'm gonna go change, right? Right? And then he goes, hold on, and he goes, what you want? There's no Bud Lights here. I'm gonna go to the store, right? And then it's funny because like, don't drive, right? He said, no, I'll walk. You know what I mean? Motherfucker. Hey, he came back with the Bud Lights, right? And then
5 minutes away from the house.
Yeah, and then we hit the pot, and I think he even did another outfit change too. All of them. Hey, you know what's funny too? Because I was like, damn, I'm gonna do my outfit change too. Listen, did that happen? Because I was shrooming like a motherfucker. It was funny too. I had hella shrooms. Ain't nobody wanted to eat shrooms with me. It was me and my mans. We were sitting there.
I would have been like, had the shrooms that night, big bro.
Yeah, you weren't gonna eat the shrooms. I wasn't gonna eat the shrooms.
Hey, because I've never
he
done
wasn't
it
even smoking
on my mama. I probably would still be going to this day.
You burn
100%, bro. I swear.
He burns, but during that time, you don't burn. So I don't sit next to you. I don't even offer it to you the whole time.
But I was an MDA friendly, in my younger days.
Yeah,
on my mouth.
Hey, at one point, we're doing a podcast. At one point, he goes, "Pass me the weed, bruh." And like, I didn't even passing it to him. And then the kid's like, "Don't give him the weed." And it's like, "Oh, grown man, they can't hit the weed." And then Eugene hits the weed, right? And then it's like, and he's killing it with the take. You know what's funny is because the whole thing was, who are we gonna draft? That was the whole thing. Who are the Niners going to draft?
Right.
We traded up, right? And me and you, we were on Lance.
Trey Lance.
On that shit.
Right.
Check this out. Then he goes like this. He goes, I hit the weed. They're like, yeah, you hit the weed.
A motherfucker was like, cut like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, bro, you hit the weed.
Oh, bro, that was me the other night, dude. I was jamming at some doctor's house.
Hey, me and Guccini, we on record. We killed that.
Bro, I was jamming at some doctor's house and I was playing the drums and I hadn't played drums in like 10 years. Jamming, bro. And then my wife comes in like with a camera, like recording, like, what's going on? And he was on the guitar playing all badass. And I just like lost all my rhythm and shit. I was like, what the fuck you doing? And the last bit of her video when she comes in is like, that sound like shit. I was like, nah, you got all the, the worst part. It's fucking horrible. But like, she messed up my vibe, bro.
Hold on. I want to finish the story. So check this out. So we're leaving, right? And it's nighttime now, right? And we're in the hood.
Night.
It's night. You know what I mean? And check this out. So I'm like, hey, Guccini, first of all, I'm streaming. I don't remember even how I walked in this joint, right? So he walks us out, right? And then when we leave, right, we're in the car. My man's is from where I'm from, but he's been living out there for hella long. His family's always been out there, out that way. So he's familiar. So like, and we're laughing because we're shrooming, or he's laughing, I should say, right? And I said, what's so funny, bro? He goes, I took you to the hood so you could talk fantasy football. Right, because he live out there, he would never go there. And it was so funny to him because it's like fucking only Bogard is gonna take me to the fucking hood. He's like, I live out here, I'll never go out there. And everything was good. You know what I mean? Everything was good. And you know, because we were already shrooming before we pulled up, before even He goes, give me the address. He's about to drive. I was like, I give him the address. He goes, you know where we're going, right? I go, yeah, bro, it's good, bro. The universe is good, bro.
Once you get off that exit and you go that one way, you didn't enter that land.
Yeah, don't go there unless you are expected.
The land of no return.
Don't enter that land, bro.
I pulled up on V Block.
Hey,
and everybody is looking at us. And me and my mans were like dummy flamed up. And so we're like kind of camouflage. But we're also like, they're like, who are these? And we're wearing masks. Because we're just like, nobody's wearing masks. But
hey, it was fresh COVID. It was fresh COVID too.
Oh, mama. Listen, but it was also, see, this is how kind the universe is, though, is because when I told you I was going to be out there, it was way long before I even, like, the weekend, right? So, we're men. Our ladies, especially for me, our ladies, they remind me of what's going on all the functions. You know what I mean? So I tell you all a date. I'm about to be out there this date. And you're like, yeah, hell yeah. Boom, that's good. Then it gets to the week. I'm like, hey, I'm about to be out there. And you're like, yeah, hell yeah. And then Kevin goes, oh, shit. That's our grandma's joint. You know
right, on my mouth.
I'm there. It's the function of all functions. For
so,
real.
Look, the cold thing is,
I was in there with the fam for real.
That's 2 weeks away. So the function is 2 weeks away. The function you talking about is 2 weeks away, bro.
Look, how about this? I'm supposed to go this weekend, right? But my sister, shout out to my sister and my niece because they got COVID, bro. Not my sister, but my niece. So she had to reschedule it because my sister's the realtor is going to show us around. So we're out there next week, then the week after.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yes, the universe. Whoa. When is that? I'm gonna be out there on a Friday though, so I'm imagining the party's a Saturday.
The party gonna be a Saturday on my memo.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be there on Friday.
Well, everything.
I'm on business. Anyways, see, look at the universe though. You know
That's crazy, bro.
It's crazy, as they would say in those areas. All right, well, check this out. Well, let's go to what else we got? We're
Godfather Casino. I don't think I voted. I'll go with Godfather, man. It's such a classic. I mean, it like set the stage, broke boundaries. As I think it was Peacock that brought that up earlier. Like it just like really, it's just so iconic, man. Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. Like, give me Godfather.
Okay.
Did I vote Godfather already?
Yeah, you did. I hate voting like not last. I'm just like, I just love them both. I
mean, Casino is really good, but yeah.
Godfather destroys Casino for me.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think it's decided.
Yeah, I'm voting I'll vote on Godfather because without Godfather, there is no Casino.
Yeah.
7-0, huh?
Yeah, but it's kind of like the
what was that?
You're in the student thing. It was like
now here we go.
Here we go to finals. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pulp Fiction and The Godfather. Whoo, man. Now that's a fucking strong ass finals there.
I'm going Godfather all the way.
Yeah,
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction.
I'm with you, Ron. I'm going Pulp Fiction.
I gotta go Pulp Fiction, man. This is my
That's
shit.
my guy. Yeah.
I've been waiting all the way until the end to talk about just the craziest scene after she ODs and he comes down. He's like, oh, this bitch. And he gets her in the car and then he's got to call the dude on the phone. And like, first off, the guy is not answering the phone. He's a heroin dealer. Like, why he doesn't want to answer the phone?
And he's eating a bowl of cereal.
Eating a bowl of cereal, and then him and his girl are
like
yelling.
A real dealer, in the middle of the night. Dealers have no concept of day because they do whatever they want.
Like, wrong number.
Right, and then he pulls up.
Pulls up.
And you want to know what's cool about that scene when he crashes into that shit? Is because he always referenced how he just got it out of the shop and it's fucking pristine. Like I just got, like it's mint. I just got, you know what I mean? He kept talking about how dope his car is.
Just got done keying it, right?
Yeah. And he just crashes in there because he knows if you screw Marcellus Wallace, bro, and he already knows the guy that threw him out the window for touching the bitch's feet. And
He didn't want to let him in. That's the only reason that he let him in, because
she's a big cokehead. And
you know Marcellus Wallace's wife.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy too is it goes back to why the whole reason why
he's a big cokehead, big bro.
Yeah, the big cokehead. Because that's two different worlds.
Yeah,
remember he went to Amsterdam. He went to Amsterdam to go get some good boy. The Ron. You know what I mean? That fucking hair Ron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was his bag, pun intended. And that was what was in his coat. She seen that shit, and it's different. It wasn't no beige. She thought it was that good.
It wasn't yellow. It wasn't yellow.
That's crazy.
Yarra.
Yarra. That yarra I mean.
She thought it was the I mean.
I'm telling you, like.
And it was the boy.
La hierba buena.
She thought it was the I mean, and it was the diesel.
And he just so happened to have the adrenaline shot because, like, in his line
that's
of
what
work,
you're supposed to have on deck.
Better have that, lying around. And tells John Travolta, he's like, the time I bring an OD bitch over to your house is the time I'm gonna give someone a shot. He's like, you're about to give her a shot right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh, and then the magic marker, even just that whole scene while they're yelling instructions to each other. You know what I mean?
The 3-second countdown is like so a lot of anxiety and anticipation.
And when she pops up, it's like, all right, I'd still do her.
And then that girl there, the one with all the shit in her face, she's like, that's fucking trippy.
The best metaphor to me in life, though. You want to know what? Okay, this is probably like, I don't know if anyone's ever said this, but I'll say it. And hopefully I'm the one of one, at least in this universe, right? Because in the multiverse, this is probably said an infinite amount of times. But the most resonating message to me from that movie is when she tells the story finally about what her catchphrase or what her little thing was, the joke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And she said, whenever they're crossing the street, she squashes it and says, "Catch up, bruh, because you're gonna get squashed if you don't catch up, bruh. The life don't stop moving, bruh. That's like the illest metaphor. Time don't stop moving. The moment you stop to think and ponder, shit done past you already in that moment. What do they say about quarterbacks? The moment you thinking, shit's fucking, you know what I mean? Listen, bro. That's one of the illest. And guess what happened? Got squashed. Catch up. We out here. Pew. We moving.
Right.
Hella fast.
It's deep.
Shout out to the icon.
It's deep.
But you know who doesn't get squashed?
He was here the whole time that he was on the camera, and I forgot he was here.
We showed the stickers.
Hey, Bogey.
I forgot.
He's right there. What's up, Blake?
You know who doesn't get squashed?
Who?
Mitch Trubisky. No.
You're on Trubisky now. Yes.
Trubisky. Mitchell Trubisky, the savior. He's got to be better than Ben, right?
2 days ago, you were mad.
No, I'm still
like,
fucking mad.
I'm really upset.
I'm still super mad.
You're coming off Playmakers. I said, I don't know exactly what we're doing, but
Dude, I'm still super heated about it. But
of everyone you can get.
It's a good ad, honestly. Like, you had to go like all in to save the team if you're gonna get any other quarterback. So.
Hey, no, you know what? Here's my theory. If they don't draft a quarterback, which I still think they do, because I think when you bring in Trubisky, that tells me you're going to go ahead and draft a QB.
Yeah, they're drafting a QB. Yeah.
Right? But say they don't. That means we have Trubisky to secure a top pick. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Although the defense is still good. They got a lot of money tied up in the defense.
Okay, so this is a win-win.
And Najee Harris.
It's like a
they probably still get stuck with a mid pick.
It's like a poor man's Jimmy G type where you don't expect too much, but he could game manage. That's what they're going to try to do.
No matter what, even though Pittsburgh might got to upgrade at QB, just athletics wise.
Yes.
You're still a 9 and 18 if that's the math. If the mathematics is right, or 10 and 18.
That's some good math, bro.
You know, a 9 and 9, whatever the fuck it is.
No, it was 9 and 8. You hit it right on the.
They got action. They got action at being 11 and 17 for sure, bro.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is in that division, they might still finish last because you got Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, Baltimore with Lamar Jackson and their reinforcements, and Cleveland with Stefanski, and they might upgrade Baker Mayfield.
If
shit.
Baltimore,
that division's a fucking
if
gauntlet.
Baltimore's line doesn't get better, they're going to be in bad shape.
But
they signed Morgan Moses.
But also Pittsburgh has made a few moves on that offensive line. They brought in the boy from Chicago. I can't think of his name. You know what I mean?
He said Mosley.
Yeah, right? From the Jets, Moses, the right tackle. He's solid.
They brought in somebody from Chicago. I think he played guard.
Oh, they're doing that.
That's what the Ravens upgrade ever. They stole Marcus Williams from my Saints to be their free safety. And
Marcus Williams is legit.
Smith. Yeah.
He
everyone clowns him for that missed tackle, but he's solid.
Yeah, I was gonna say he only has the one bad play, and everyone.
Yeah, with Williams. Yeah, he gets made a
but he was a rookie that year, though. He was a rookie that
year. He's solid. Yeah, we signed the.
And now he's with the Ravens. Good for him.
Yeah, he got a bag too. We had to let him go. We got the Jets guy, Marcus May. He's solid as long as.
Yeah, I like Marcus May. You got him on discounts coming out the ACL.
Right. Yeah, Achilles.
Marcus May's a beast, bro.
Oh, what? Most definitely.
Marcus May. Listen,
he might be an upgrade over Williams.
They said like this. They said because they traded the world. They got the world for Jamal Adams, and in that deal they took back Marcus May, and they were smart for that. You know what I mean? I love Marcus May.
I think they drafted May.
No, the Jets.
The Jets drafted May.
No,
yeah, I think they did. I think
they draft May.
Yeah, they just got a boatload of
safeties in one draft.
Yeah, they drafted May.
So they made him the guy and then traded away Adams.
Adams. I think Adams was a strong safety.
So they took like 2 or 3 safeties in one draft, bro.
Yeah, because at one point they had.
Because I loved Marcus May in IDP that year. I was like, hell yeah! I was like, I had him because they traded away. That was 2020. That was when he did his thing. 2021, he tore his shit.
Right. Yeah. Last year he tore his Achilles.
2020, he went crazy. Yay.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, he go crazy with us. So we with Dennis Allen, man. That Saints defense with Deshaun Watson. Just on our defense alone, we go ahead, things.
Nah, and just to talk about what Spencer talking about, bro. I think if I'm Watson, I don't want to go to Cleveland. I don't want to go to Atlanta. I don't want to go to Carolina. I want to go to New Orleans, bro. Based on the defense,
man, we got
the offensive weapons that I'm already primed to push for the division.
Right, AK and MC, baby.
Dennis
and a solid O-line.
Dennis,
we got a solid O-line.
Hey, listen, the only problem with that O-line, Spencer, fill me on this, is the interior.
The interior had been a little.
Guess what, though? He was accustomed to that.
Right, he was accustomed to it. And another thing, the interior is young. Like our center, McCoy is young. He's going to get better. Our right guard, Ruiz, is going to get better. The interior is going to get better over time.
Just that you're losing Armstead right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, hopefully I'm hoping that Armstead's market doesn't
it's the same
really materialize because of his injury history. That maybe we could possibly get him back.
If I'm Watson, bro, I want to go to New Orleans, but Peacock can tell us, what the word is out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to know the word.
We got somebody in the trenches right now. When the hurry break, we ain't got to go to Schefter. We don't got to go to
we got boots on the ground.
Network, man. All we got to do is Peacock.
Okay, guys, one of my really good friends out there in the Houston Texans universe, his name is Jordan Poon. He's out there as a Texans Thoughts. You might want to give him a follow out there. I'm just giving him a free plug. He's very tuned in with all the local beat writers and everybody who's tuned in with the situation. It's been very fluid from the get-go. We know that the Panthers have not wavered on their thing that they've had offered for Deshaun Watson. It's been over a whole year that they've just been firm in what they're trying to do, and they're all in, supposedly. But talks kind of waver when the Texans are wanting to get somebody like Brian Burns and Chin in a trade package for Watson, and the Panthers now do not want to really do that. So it just depends on that. Plus, Deshaun Watson still has to sign off on that. But he did meet with the team, and then he can obviously choose to elect to enact his no trade clause. But what has developed as of late, obviously the Saints have become a player, and then the late word of Atlanta has come into play as well. Atlanta is very close to his hometown of Georgia, and then he's a legend in the Carolina regions because of his college days. So all of these teams in this division are making a stable claim because they want to compete with the return of Tom Brady. Now, all that said and all that done, the best package for the Texans as an organization, they're hoping that Watson would choose Carolina because they have the most to offer and the picks, higher draft pick, kind of capital, and better players in return. There was word that teams like the Broncos were involved in this. I mean, not the Broncos. I'm sorry, the Browns were involved, and other outside players, Steelers and things like that were quickly swapped.
They have a lot of capital,
and I feel like it's still exactly. We know that it's within this NFC South division. It's between those, and we don't know if it's one team that the Texans are locked onto or that Deshaun's locked onto. But I think it's still a stalemate between the Texans and Deshaun, in my personal opinion. And it's about what the Texans want as far as a package and what Deshaun wants. And so at the end of the day, they both have to sign off on this and kind of agree and come to terms. And then they have to have that still agreed upon with the other side, which is whatever the other team's offering. So at the end of the day, it still takes all three parties to confirm and agree on this situation. But my personal opinion, as far as things that have happened and developed lately, the Saints seem to have a very good offer if they are willing to part with a couple of linemen. But it is yet to be proven. I don't know if they will do that. And everybody, there's a caveat. There's a caveat for each team.
They want, what that is?
Can't afford to part with a couple of linemen. I mean, we're already kind of thin on the O-line. I feel like that's
what
a
that
deal
is, bro?
breaker.
They're trying to screw Watson. They're like,
What the Texans are trying to do, what Nick is trying to do, and what probably Bogart's going to touch on right now when I pass it over, is that the Texans are not going to just give you Watson for nothing. The Texans are either trying to cripple your organization or get something of great value in return by doing this. Watson is not going to come for free because he's a huge asset that after 2 or 3 years, your franchise can recover, and he could be a huge asset in winning you multiple Super Bowls. So what they want to do is stump you for a while, have a chance to catch up with a few draft picks that they get in return, and then level the playing field for the future. So they're not just going to turn this over. And at the end of the day, if nobody comes to terms with all this, all three parties don't agree, Watson sits on the bench for another year, and it's another wasted year, and it's more wasted money.
Damn, that's crazy.
I agree with that. If West goes for 2 1s, 2 2s, and 3 players, what the fuck are you going to give for Watson? You have to, if not somewhere double that, it has to be just a tad bit more, bro. For a motherfucker that's 26 years old and who threw for the most leading yards when he played the last time he played.
Yeah, 30 TDs and 7 picks.
And he led the league in passing that year in 2020.
Almost 5,000 yards.
Yeah, he had 5,000.
I know that. But
and then hold on though. Hold on. You got to understand too though. They last loss that they lost to was Kansas City in the playoffs when Kansas City, I think, won the Super Bowl, bro, and had a 24.0 or a 24-point lead, bro.
Yeah, they were up 24-0, and I was drinking heavily. And
you're gonna have to give up a king's ransom.
Listen.
I Notre Dame bet one in double.
I had live bet that joint so crazy in that second quarter, and it.
What up, baby?
What up?
Wait, side note, who the fuck won this tournament?
What? Pulp Fiction's in the lead, 3-1.
Okay.
But yeah, Notre
give me
Dame
my
just
vote
won the
for
real life
Godfather.
March
Yeah,
Madness.
yeah.
Notre Dame just won
My vote for the Godfather, bruh.
Yeah. Hey, let's finish this up, right? So we can just do whatever after. All right. What are we?
We're at 3-2 Pulp Fiction.
Holy shit.
So
Yo,
who else didn't
all
vote?
I'm
I know I
saying
didn't
I'm
vote.
glad that Deshaun Watson said he didn't want to go to Philly because we would have gave up Hurts and 3 picks and it would have backfired.
That's what I'm saying, man. As a Saints fan, I'm a little leery about this. I'm in a way, I'd almost rather we just bring back infamous Winston and keep our picks.
Right now, I'm just like,
No.
let's pull the trigger already.
Pittsburgh, gladly.
Pull the trigger already. Let's get it over. Let's rip the Band-Aid off and let's go.
I love that.
Hey, you got Kamara in the third fucking round, bro. You can go find you another Kamara if you got to give up Kamara.
Yeah, I mean, it's just with Watson, man. Like, it's just
Michael Thomas wasn't the first round pick, I don't think, neither.
No.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
a
the
good
GM
point. I see your
and the
point for
Saints
sure. I
is
mean,
good.
I get
Hey,
it. Like, I
listen,
won't be pissed
Y'all
if we
need
get
Jimmy, bro.
Watson, but
There it is. Get Jimmy
fuck,
up
man,
off
that's
us.
just so much to give
Hold
up.
on.
And they're going to take two of our veteran players. That's another thing. Two
Get
guys that are already on
Jimmy
our
up
roster.
off
That's
us,
scary.
bro.
Guys on kind of like rookie deals that they can ride out for at least a couple
That's
of
what I'm
years.
saying. Y'all, Peacock,
All right, I
y'all going to
shouldn't have
take
done
two
that.
of
That's
our
my
rookie
bad.
guys
That's my
like a
bad. Why don't we
Debo
pick
and
the
shit.
movie?
Hold on. Domination.
Yeah, let's pick the movie. Then I got a rant after this. So I got a lot invested here, man. This shit's fucking wild. Yeah, let's pick the movie. I already voted for Pulp Fiction, so y'all go ahead. I'll shut up. Y'all go ahead.
That was me.
Okay, how much we got? What's the vote?
It's 3-2. Who didn't vote?
Oh, yeah. 7, 3, 2,
Well,
5.
we got 3 votes
So
left.
one of them is mine. I know I didn't vote yet.
I voted Pulp Fiction. I love Godfather. Godfather 2 probably I would have voted for Godfather 2. That's my one. I love Godfather 2. That's just because I saw that one before I even knew Godfather 1 was a thing. Because that's the one they used to always show on TNT as a kid. You know what I mean?
They used to split up the order so that you watched it in like chronological order.
They would always show. So hold on. Here's the thing, though. That was the one that really like blew it over the top in syndication. You know what I mean? What are we doing here? My bad.
Now, who else didn't vote besides me?
I voted for Godfather.
I voted for Pulp Fiction. That's my shit.
I'm Godfather, bro.
Peacock.
You didn't count my vote?
You put Godfather, right? Oh, no, you put Pulp Fiction.
Man, my vote's going to be for Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It is. I like both. I love both movies, but just like I feel like Pulp Fiction's a little more like, I don't know, my generation kind of deal, like Tarantino. I don't know. Pulp Fiction it is.
It's like not traditional.
Really
as well. Just lock it in.
Yes.
Where you at, Hustler?
Pulp Fiction.
God damn
Woo!
it. That shit is crazy to me.
No, because here's the thing. It's not the traditional gangster, but it's the California mafia, bruh.
I mean, that's pretty gangster.
Listen, I know, but it's not traditional though. Because listen, the California, that was there when all the mob movies.
He's shaking his head like, what the fuck?
When all the mob, listen, when it comes to gangs, listen, man, I would have voted for other joints over other certain joints. It's what had made it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Godfather 2 is the one.
Blood out, Carnalito.
That one would have went the distance too, but it went up against Goodfellas, and it almost lost. Goodfellas lost.
Goodfellas almost lost in the first round. I was like, holy shit. That shit was wild.
Because these are all great movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that should have really
This isn't like out of 64. This is only out of 16. You know,
it's like Ball State winning.
And I want to listen. How about this? When we came up with the idea, right? Because
think about this, Cookie. You have Pulp Fiction on, you have Godfather on, and your girl walks in.
Me and Blake. Hold on, real quick. Me and Blake used to do the show, right? And then, hold on. Why did you make me laugh? Hold on. I'm trying to be serious right now. Me and Blake used to do And Hustler too, right?
It's a great fucking show, goddamn it.
And Blake is a fucking whiz kid genius. This is why I fuck with Blake, right? And Blake is the guy. He goes, dude, I got this fucking idea, bro. We're gonna do March Madness, fucking in NFL free agency bracketology, right? All 32 teams. We're gonna bracket them up on who we think won free agency at the end of the day, right? And then, right? Because we're gonna do that. That's the climax.
Yeah, I can't wait for that shit.
Bro,
Oh man, I'm so hyped for that.
The original.
I was like, you know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna get ignorant as fuck with that shit because there's so many ways we can fucking look at. This was difficult tonight in that sense. Like,
yeah, we'll be doing rappers and all kind of shit.
No, because we let other people vote on it to narrow this motherfucker down, right? And then so the universe put it in bracketology. We had so many good joints versus good joints. There was no like. There's a couple of joints that probably would have went way further, even like Blood In, Blood Out, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
bro, that original episode was like fucking 3.5 hours long, too.
Listen, man,
that shit was awesome. That was fucking wild.
It was.
But bigger and better things.
It was a Blake original, too. And you know what BW is? He said like this. He's like, I was going to use this on my joint. But this is what we're doing, right? And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? And we're not going to let that thing die. That's why we're here on the
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because, I remember last year in the free agency. You know what's funny that we did the free agency.
You were the deciding vote in the chats, man.
Yeah, I was the deciding vote, and guess who won that shit?
The Rams.
Guess who won the Super Bowl? The Rams.
And I said that on that show.
Fuck yeah.
I got a slide, y'all. I'll see y'all later, bro.
Yo, Guccini.
Y'all be smooth, bro.
Guccini falling from the sky. Let's get rich. What?
What? Hell yeah, man. Yeah, as I say, man, the Rams won that shit, man. The Rams won the Super Bowl and the free agency. They're going against the Patriots. And I was like, man, the Patriots overpaid for them boys. They overpaid for Jonnu. Guess what? Jonnu Smith didn't do shit this year. They overpaid for Aguilar.
Yeah, they did.
And it was the Rams that won free agency. Because they didn't do a whole. They didn't.
Okay, now hold on.
But they got Matt Stafford, and that's all they fucking needed.
Now in hindsight, because remember we did that joint before the draft, right?
Yeah.
Check this out, Spencer. So film me on this. Now in hindsight, tell me what they did was smart, because they knew they were going to try to target one of these quarterbacks in the draft, right? So they had to get whoever the fuck they could overpay to like convince them to come here, so we have some remnants of weapons. So, because we're trying to actively find a guy after Tom Brady, not Tom Brady replacement.
Yeah, I just think, actually, 2 of the 4, like the Kendrick Bourne and Hunter Henry signings were solid. But I just did the Jonnu Smith and Aguilar. It was just like they were throwing darts to the board. And, 2 of the 4 hit, so it's whatever. But it's just like, man, that Jonnu Smith contract was just so outrageous. Jonnu Smith should not have been paid.
Aguilar was horrible, but people think the people that were drafted in the first round, they blame.
They were doing what they had to do for Mac Jones, though, right? That's what you're supposed to do when you have a rookie.
Yeah, I get it. I just don't. Jonnu Smith didn't really benefit Mac Jones. I mean, Hunter Henry did. That was his go-to red zone target. And, Kendrick Bourne did. That was like his field stretcher. But, I mean, Aguilar and John were fucking garbage.
Yeah, they were both horrible signings.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, to me, the Rams, they got Stafford. And then that's really all they needed. Because then the midseason – they had their roster so stacked where they were able to convince like Odell Beckham to go there and Von Miller. Like they were in it to win it. Stafford was what they needed. They dropped their nuts.
Super teams, bro.
They
bought now mentality. Man.
They had to get rid of Goff. That was like they had to get rid of that motherfucker. He was what was holding them back. And sure enough, McVay and Stafford, champions. Cooper
and
Kupp
Detroit was holding Stafford back.
Receiver.
100% Detroit was holding Stafford back. I agree.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, look at first year out of there.
He was
Super Bowl champion.
Hold on.
Stafford was Detroit.
Hold on. Okay, look at this. Hold on,
Right, yeah, you put golf
hold
in
on.
Detroit, it's a train wreck.
Yeah, because he's fucking garbage, dude.
Hey, check this out.
Exactly.
it
It's
comes
crazy
to-
how black and
Good
white
win.
that
Win
shit is.
some.
Normally, there's a lot of gray areas, but this
Hey,
is pretty
somebody
black
right
and
now,
white.
do this for me.
Stafford's good. Golf sucks. It's simple.
What's up, Bogey?
Hey, somebody do this for me. Pull up the top 5 receiving yard seasons, right? A lot of them, there's like a handful of 1,900-yard joints, right? I just want to say this because I know 2 out of the top 5
Calvin
is
Jones.
Cooper Kupp and Calvin Johnson.
Jones,
Yeah, they are
Matthew
1-2
Stafford.
actually.
Yeah.
They're 1-2. Yeah, Calvin Johnson.
For real?
Yeah, I think those are the top.
Oh,
Jerry Rice
yeah.
is up there, I'm sure.
Hey, you know what's funny is when I'm rediscovering certain things that I know, because I'm not sure, but I know it, and then I was like, for real,
Bro, side note, have you guys?
2 out of 5.
And we can elaborate it more off air, but have you guys ever taken the Wonderlic test? I took it the other day. That's why I asked. I literally took it.
What did you score?
I scored a 22, same as Brett Favre,
Oh,
Tim
nice.
Tebow, all those guys.
Brett,
I don't remember what my
good
score
old
was.
Brett Favre,
but-
old gunslinger.
I don't remember what my score was, but I scored the same as Troy Aikman.
Sick. Hey, Troy Aikman's hella funny though because
That's crazy.
you know when he does commentary, like he'll be like this. He'll be like it'll be a questionable, like the play happened. He'll be like, "Well, I don't know if that's a touchdown though, Joe." Right? Everything's a question.
I mean,
Well,
at
I
least you
don't
got Troy Aikman
Well, I don't
afterward.
know if they're gonna turn that over.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with these
He never
cameras, they
just-
can just go back and
Say
question
what you
everything
feel.
used to be.
Yo,
Nowadays, you can just go question reality.
who else is surprised that Romo is like a great commentator? Like when he started out,
He
I was
should
like,
be a,
oh,
fucking-
he's
he
gonna
should
be
be a
tool.
fucking coach.
He is like
before he should
really
be.
good. He's really good.
He should be a coach.
I love
Yeah, I
Romo
wanted
because
to
of
go
fantasy.
to
First of all,
that year that
I
he
love
was in
Romo
at, like,
because of fantasy. 1. And then 2, I love Romo because he explains shit.
He guesses
Pause.
everything they're gonna do before they do it.
It's
Yeah,
not
he-
guessing.
Everything.
Don't say that.
He knows it. He
Yeah,
knows
it's not
it.
guessing. Yeah, he's
What?
like, and it's like he does it, and he's not a dick about it. Like he does it in
No.
a way that's like relatable.
He's like the
He's
guard's
not
gonna
an
pull.
asshole about it.
He'll be
Guys,
like,
go,
he
go,
says
Oh,
everything.
see, look this way.
Yeah, he like writes. He's like, yeah, and then the X receiver goes here. And
Yeah,
then they go
Yeah, he
here,
fucking
and
knows. dude.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Gruden,
yeah,
Gruden was
yeah,
annoying
everything's
about
great.
it.
Like,
When
he's just
Gruden was
such,
there,
like,
he
an
was like,
optimist.
"Oh, X banana, whatever the fuck." Like
He's
all
an
the time, you're like,
intelligent
"Shut
Why
up,
X
Gruden."
banana, bud?
But like Roma, you're like, "All right, man."
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
"All right."
he's just such a like. He just has that good energy
Wow.
about him, and then he gets so fired up. He's just like. I don't know if
Romo's
any of
good
y'all
shit,
watch
dude.
NASCAR, but he's kind of like the way Dale Jr. does NASCAR race. He gets so into it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, man, he gonna pass. He's like, oh, yeah, man. Like, they just get so into it. Like, that's kind of how Romo is. But the thing that makes him so good is that he has the brain trust, too. Like, he's got that. And that's what you want in a color commentator. You want somebody that knows their shit and has a good personality. Because, a lot of people that know their shit are kind of, narcissist dickheads that like, oh, yeah, I know my shit. Fuck the people under me.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
Romo's
you need a
like,
guy-
he's a
you need a
people
guy.
man. He's a man of the people. So, like, yeah, this shit's dope.
You need a guy that can explain the game on a basic level, so even basic fans can understand it, but he doesn't sound like a fuckhead while he's doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like,
Dallas. I hate Dallas with all my life, and I still like Romo as a commentator.
Yeah, same. I fucking can't stand the Cowboys, but
Right. Yeah, but
Tony Romo's good
everyone
shit.
would make fun of Romeo, Tony Homo, all that when he was with the Cowboys.
as long
Now
as
we
he's
all
not dating
love
Jessica
him.
Simpson, he's good shit, right?
Now we
Yeah,
all
right.
the curse of Jessica Simpson. Yeah, it was like she'd go to the games and they'd lose all. They
Yep.
like kicked her out and then.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
So we gonna do the last round?
We already did it.
Yeah, it's
That's
this
it.
Pulp Fiction
Pulp
won
Fiction.
5-2.
That was it.
Unfortunately,
That was
man.
it. Pulp Fiction won?
Yep. Pulp. Yep. Tarantino, baby.
I don't agree with it. I can't
Huh.
believe you're gonna turn down the fucking you're gonna
Godfather.
do this.
That's
on
the
my
thing.
daughter's
If it wasn't
wedding
for
day.
Tarantino, the Godfather would have won. But it's just, man, Tarantino. It's just like I mean,
I
that's what I
love
say. I'm
Pulp
not that big of a movie
I mean, I
guy,
love
but
Tarantino,
when I
but
watch
fuck, the
Tarantino,
Godfather's
it's
good.
different, man. It's different. But yeah, I need to rewatch Godfather. I when I first saw it, like it wasn't even like I need to actually this is a good lesson. Like I'm not a big movie guy, but after hearing y'all talk about all these films, I'm gonna have to go back and watch a lot of these because there's a lot of these that I haven't seen the whole thing or just seen clips of. So like that'll be I've seen Pulp Fiction multiple times, but shit, I might go back and rewatch that too. I've got a lot of shit if I get bored, I've got a lot of material here. I'll just go back and look at all these movies and just do that for when I get bored. Watch all these gangster movies.
Yeah.
An honorable mention, The Boondock Saints, which we added so late no one got to vote on, but that's a good movie.
It almost made it. It almost made the cut.
Almost, it's close.
Hell yeah.
All right, well,
I'll be right back.
I think we need to just get ready to wrap a bow on this. Bogard just skedaddled like he always does.
Of course.
I mean, I
just went to snacks.
I got some shit to tell you guys if you've been looking at the private chat. I'm working on something crazy. So I'm itching for us to be off.
Yeah, we should just get ready to shut this down. Let's just round robin it and Peacock.
Yeah, follow me on that thing right there. It says neonpeacock.threadless.com, Instagram, Neon Peacock Art, and Twitter.
Right there. You can't see it because it's far away, but that's one of your pieces, Peacock, right there. Hanging in the background.
Awesome. Fuck yeah. Yeah, and there's more stuff. Like I got more stuff. Only more. I just did this one the other day. It's fun. It's mushrooms. It's cool.
You don't gotta follow me.
Don't follow me. I'll follow you.
I'm nobody.
Let's just close it out. Everyone knows where to follow me. So let's
Yeah,
just get out of here.
no big deal.
And,
all the shit.
the earth is Bogey's turf, and give him money. You already know. Peace
Yeah.
out.
Hashtag Guru Nation. Smash the
Oh,
Guru.
he's back. He's back.
Oh, there he is. We're getting out of here, Bogey.
Guru's working
right now.
We're getting out of here. Tell them everything they need to know.
Oh,
on the way
yeah.
out.
Okay, cool. We're still gonna kick it out there. Listen, the earth is my turf. Give me money. Universe, give me money. Pulp Fiction. The show started how it ended, just like Pulp Fiction. Everybody, check out The Circle tomorrow. It's going down. I'm the 3-time motherfucker. I'm about to go 4. Spencer, he's trying to go 3.
Spencer,
It's about to go bananas and coconuts and all this shit. Take us home.
Bananas and coconut.
Fucking right.
Oh yeah, and rest in peace to the bad guy.
Hit him with the run pass option. I run shit or I shred from the pocket. I'm always shopping, I'm always copping, and always pray I'm falling like leaves an item. Hey, what could I say? I make plays every day. Catch me with a thick one, make her pay what she weigh. And then some. Welcome to my kingdom. Really in the field, never got my feet up. Go hard, push a hard line. Yeah, been around, peep the archives. Yeah. Off top, it's a long grind. You don't need to watch to see that it's hard time, yeah. I'm counting chips, finna take the chip. You counterfeits, better pay attention. I'm about a chick, catch me in my bag.